It is end game time. That's right. We're here to help you out with fantasy football for week 6 now. Get your tough start sit questions answered. Maybe you got some waiver wire questions. We're going to fill you up on the latest updates for injuries and figure out what is what, because there's always things shifting and moving and changing. Day to day, it's a new surprise. So get you like really more than ever before. We keep saying that this year, but this year it just feels different. But anyways, we're going to talk about the latest injuries and break down what is what, answer your questions. You guys know how this works. If you do drop a super chat or you got the membership on here already, of course, thank you guys for being back. We're going to get to those questions 100% for sure. And we'll also answer some of your other questions as well. We'll do as much as we can in an action-packed possibly 3+ hours for today. It's our big start sit show, as we always do. If you're new to the show, just remember that the super chat features like your fast pass guarantees that you get your question answered. We will try to answer, of course, other questions as possible, but we usually get a lot, and there are a lot of questions to ask because a lot of things just keep changing. So let's get right into the injury report because I feel like there's a lot to cover here. So the first one I think we should talk about is Malik Neighbors is still not back, and a lot of people thought that he would be back last week because it's a concussion and the protocol, it can be 1 to 2 weeks, but he had that Thursday night game, but didn't make it. And then this week we're like, okay, yeah, he's coming back. He's not back. So not only do you not have the chance to start him, but are you starting to get a little worried about him in terms of long term? Is this going to affect him?
I'm probably not too worried long term. But then again, I thought for sure he'd be back this week, and he's not. So I don't know. I feel pretty good he'll be back. I mean, he went to the Travis Scott concert. He can't be that far off, right?
Oh, interesting. Astroworld, or I don't know. I guess not. Well, I would hope he's back next week. Some people will ask again, probably not as much as last week because Wan'Dale Robinson did not catch 30 passes. But people will still ask, is Wan'Dale playable? I feel like he's playable.
Yeah, I think he is the definition of playable in your PPR leagues. I mean, look, you got that touchdown last week. Congrats. That's not normal for Wan'Dale Robinson. In PPR, sure, he'll get you points. In like a non-PPR league, I think you got to look elsewhere.
Yeah, we always preach upside, and Wan'Dale does get you a floor. He will catch passes, and he does have a chance for a touchdown always. I say always as if this is a great bet to score, but I'm saying there is that possibility because he's technically the top receiver. But man, Darius Slayton was the top receiver by far last week. Are you going to be in on him a little bit more because he's now looking like a strong option?
I would much rather start Darius Slayton. I mean, give me some upside here. Give me some upside. Again, if you're like you just want the safe floor and PPR, go with Wan'Dale. But if you want some actual upside, I think Slayton's your play here. Definitely.
Yeah, my only thing with Slayton is like, can he have a big game twice in a row? I don't know. But man, I will also say Jaylen Hyatt. What's up with Jaylen Hyatt? They talked him up even. You didn't get anything, like 0 last week. Meanwhile, Slayton's going off. So I don't know. Jaylen Hyatt's just done.
Jaylen Hyatt, look. There's still time because we're seeing like a guy like Jalen Tolbert in year 3, like starting to come on, and Nico Collins took till year 3. But when I looked at Jaylen Hyatt as a prospect, he put up huge numbers, but he put up huge numbers running a ridiculous college offense where he didn't run NFL style routes at all. It was just like start 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. So you get like a running head start on the DBs. Basically, you don't face any press coverage and you just blow by them and we'll chuck it to you deep. Like, okay, that's great. You can get away with that in college. You can't do that in the NFL. You got to actually be able to run some big boy routes, and he can't. So I was never in on Jaylen Hyatt as a prospect. I think people just got caught up in the numbers. But we'll see. There's still hope. But yeah, I'm not. Jaylen Hyatt, not even on my radar this year. At least not yet.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you said that from the beginning. Not a guy you're expecting much from in the NFL. Doesn't look like it's happening this year. All right, but let's keep going here. Big one. Jonathan Taylor still out, though not surprising. People were like, oh, he's going to come back. Never thought that might happen. At least I didn't. Trey Sermon had briefly been on the injury report. Sounds like he is good to go. Is that right? So we're going to see a lot of Trey Sermon this week?
Yeah, I would have to assume he'll be the lead back again, like we saw last week. So, yeah, I feel like Trey Sermon, not a must start. I know he had a nice game last week, a bit of a tougher matchup this week, but still, I mean, he's in this Colts offense. He's going to get the volume. I think he's certainly startable this week.
Yeah, there you go. Good fill-in. Let's put it that way. Not putting him over your already solid RB2 types, but definitely a good bye week fill-in or JT replacement. That's why you get the backups. All right, now you might want to consider Antonio Gibson. He might get a lot of run because Ramondre Stevenson is ruled out. He was ruled out already yesterday with a foot issue, just when it looked like he was coming back strong. So Antonio Gibson in this matchup, I mean, Antonio Gibson in any matchup, I can't feel like he has the highest ceiling, but you got to worry about facing the Texans. How high would you be on, let's say, Antonio Gibson versus a Trey Sermon?
I'd probably still prefer Trey Sermon just because I know that Colts offense. Well, I feel better about that Colts offense. I feel better about them committing to the run. Somebody just knocked on my door. I feel better about his touchdown upside, but we know Gibson, and look, Sermon was a pass catcher last week too, which was what really shocked me. I did not expect that. But we know Antonio Gibson is going to be the pass catcher here probably. And who else do they really have? Like Jermichael Hasty, I think, is like the next man up. So, yeah, both these guys are pretty similar to me. They're not in great spots this week, not facing great matchups, but they're going to get the bulk of the carries. So I probably have Sermon slightly above Gibson, but very close.
Yeah, Sermon in a better offense just in general, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in New England because, technically Jacoby Brissett is out of the starting lineup because Drake May is in. So got to wonder, I feel like they would really love to just give Ramondre the ball like 20 times, and now they can't do that. So maybe we'll see May pass more than they anticipated because he's out. All right. Another one that's looking like it's going to be out, Rachaad White, is doubtful. It's finally Bucky Irving time. Is this Bucky Irving's official welcome to the NFL breakout week or not so fast?
I think it definitely could be. I mean, again, it's not the greatest matchup for him here against the Saints, but man, he's looked so good this year. And we know one thing about him in college. Like when I watched him in college, the two things I was impressed by was number one, his vision, which we have seen so far. Like we've seen the vision, but number two, his pass catching, very good pass catcher. So with Rachaad White out, like Sean Tucker, that's not his game. Sean Tucker's game is not really pass catching. I think we're going to see Bucky Irving get a lot of touches in this game. Not the best matchup, but I will say between Bucky Irving, Trey Sermon, or Antonio Gibson, Bucky's the guy I'm going with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bucky definitely going to get nearly all the carries there. Look, he can catch passes too. He's not some big back who is only going to be an early down back. It's just they had Rachaad White, so Irving wasn't needed as a pass catcher, but he can do it, and he's probably going to do that as well. So, man, yeah, if you had been stashing Irving, here might be your chance to roll him out if you need him. Let's see. Running back. Let's continue with running backs. I think this one is actually very interesting. Another rookie who I now wish I would have talked about on the Beat the Breakout. There were so many. It feels like some weeks you're like, who is there? And this week I feel like there were so many guys like you couldn't even have time to talk about. But Gus Edwards is out, and he hadn't been good anyways. And this is a post-bye week for the Chargers. And you know what happens after the bye? All of a sudden, these rookies emerge, and they're like, wait, forgot they had that guy. So after the bye, with no Gus Edwards, could we see Kamani Vidal all of a sudden do something?
I mean, maybe do something. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to put him in lineups just yet, just because Gus is out. I still think Dobbins will get the bulk of the carries, but I certainly think Vidal is, if you've got a bench spot that you just don't need, maybe you just have somebody on there that you're just like, whatever, this guy, like whatever. Go take a chance on Vidal and see what he does. See what he does this weekend. Maybe, look, it's football. Look, if something happens to Dobbins, of like what we saw on Thursday night, right? All of a sudden, Isaac Guerrero, who's a guy that's like, yeah, you don't written that. Now all of a sudden, it's like, oh, he kind of had to get touches. So you never know here. So I certainly think if like I wouldn't drop anybody good for Kimani Vidal, but if you just got somebody like if you have some dice roll on your bench that you're like not excited about, go get Vidal, see what happens this weekend.
Exactly. Again, don't want to put this out there, but let's be realistic. It's J.K. Dobbins we're talking about. Guy was missing an entire last season with an Achilles injury, right? Not just any injury, Achilles, and has that ACL surgery. He's missed basically 2 whole seasons. He's only been in the league a couple of years. Let's remind you this. Man, I could just see Vidal all of a sudden becoming super valuable. So not saying it's going to happen, but it's very possible. This is why every week in a certain league where I have enough bench space, people will see me on Saturday just pick up a random backup running back. Like a couple weeks ago, I did pick up Guerrero. And then last week I was like, okay, well, I need somebody else. I had to drop him. And then last week I picked up Ray Davis just in case. I'll do this because what if it happens and all of a sudden I got that guy? So that's why we do beat the breakout. But anyways, Gus Edwards is out is the point of all that. Nick Chubb, not back yet. Speaking of very often injured running backs, I know he's on the way on the mend, but not yet. Let's see. Devontae Adams, man, it's weird how that hammy just keeps lingering. He's still a Raider and he's still not playing. Derek Carr, we know about this. We did spend already a lot of time, I feel like, on the other streams talking about this effect on the Saints. Just, I guess, I mean, look, nobody's starting Spencer Rattler, I don't think, this week, except for that one guy a couple days ago who said Spencer Rattler was going to go off. Was that Uncle Ted? I think it was Uncle Ted.
That was Uncle Ted.
What are you? Any expectations for the way the Saints offense operates here with Spencer Rattler? Are they going to play it like real close to the vest and be conservative, or are they just like, hey, let's see what you can do?
Yeah, I could see it. I could really see this going either way here. Because I do like Rattler as a prospect. I mean, certainly not one of the tops, but I think he's got the tools. He's certainly raw. He certainly has things he needs to work on, but I think he has the tools. And what I think gives me a lot of confidence is, if you remember last week during the game, he was like the number 3 emergency QB. It was Jake Haener, who honestly I didn't even know who that was. I'm not even gonna lie. But they pretty quickly this week were like, no, we're gonna go with Rattler. Like they didn't like say, hey, we're gonna look at these guys all week in practice and make it. No, they pretty early in the week said Rattler's our guy. So they see this guy in practice. They see things they like in this guy. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna like dumb it down a little bit for him, of course, making his first start, but I'm excited to see that. I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks we're going to be here on Monday going like, maybe Rattler's the answer. Maybe not, but we'll see.
Yeah. Look, this guy, if you remember way back, and I never talked about this, which again, if you saw the video yesterday, I think it publishes Beat the Breakout. I didn't talk about Drake May. I did talk about Spencer Rattler because I just feel like he's in a much better situation to potentially produce for fantasy. But you remember back when he was a freshman in college, which was a while ago, he was drawing Heisman, comparisons. They're saying he could be it, right? By the time he gets to sophomore, junior year, this could be the number 1 pick in the draft. And then it, obviously didn't work out that way. Kind of all fell out. But he has the tools, like you said. He does not have Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is out.
That'll hurt.
Oh, well. That stings a little bit, but oh well. All right, now, these are the ones. Right now, it's going to be tricky. These are players listed as questionable by tomorrow morning stream, which, by the way, 3 hours before game time, not including the London game, which is annoying, but 3 hours before the main slate early starts off, we'll have some clarity on these guys. Right now, we don't. So questionable for the Monday game, James Cook and Khalil Shakir for Buffalo. But I think they did get in some limited practice, feeling pretty good about them, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about them. James Cook, I think they already said he's expected to play. And I'm starting to I feel pretty good about Shakir. I think this is a good spot for Shakir this week if he plays too. So
yeah, they'll definitely need him. All right. all the Colts. Give me all the Colts in injury report. JT is out. Anthony Richardson is questionable. Okay, but it sounds like he'll play. Michael Pittman, questionable. What happened to missing multiple weeks and being on IR? His back. He's like, nah, it's fine. I'll just play through the pain. And Josh Downs is also questionable. So what's going on?
Yeah, the Pittman thing was shocking because it sounded like they're like, "Ooh, IR's possibility." Now they're like he might play, but I still think they haven't made a decision, and still wouldn't shock me if he's out this week. But even if he plays, there's no way I can trust Michael Pittman this week with that back injury. Downs sounds like he's okay. I know the toe is makes you a little nervous, and Anthony Richardson might make you a little nervous, but it is a good matchup for him. So I still like Downs.
Yeah, Downs, this sounds like is good, which is a relief. I'll just say this: if Pittman is quickly ruled out and then maybe doesn't even play again next week, then I'll just know from now on, okay, I will completely dismiss anything coming out of the Colts as a lie, because they did this with JT already. They're like, oh, he could play last week, and then now he's out again his second time. Some coaches are just like that. What about Joe Mixon? We haven't seen him since the opener. He's questionable. Feeling here?
Feeling like he's going to play, and I think if Joe Mixon plays, you pretty much put him back in your lineup. I don't think they're going to limit him, because of Akers or Dare or Dameon Pierce being back. So I think if Mixon plays, you pretty much slot him in wherever you would have before.
I agree with that. Brian Robinson, second straight week on the injury report. Last week he did. This week, still questionable.
And I don't think he logged a practice all week this week. And if you look at last week, okay, he scored those 2 touchdowns, but he only got 7 carries in that game. He didn't touch the ball in the second half. I don't know. I mean, I know we really like Brian Robinson, but man, I would be very nervous putting him in this week, especially against this Ravens defense. I think I got to knock Brian Robinson down quite a bit this week with this knee injury.
Yeah, it's obviously lingering here, something that's now second week bothering him. But also, like you said, touchdown, he's always got a chance. Okay, unlike Wan'Dale Robinson, he legit always has a chance, a good chance to score a touchdown. But this week, like I said, because of the matchup, it's the Ravens, that tough run defense. I'm okay just sitting him. Let's not take the chance.
Yep.
What about, let's see, Devin Singletary missed last week. Tyrone Tracy was a revelation, but now Singletary might come back.
Yeah, he probably will. And I mean, it's a good matchup for these running backs, but who are you going to trust here? I think, I guess between the two, I would take Singletary over Tracy, but kind of just lowers the ceiling for both, I think.
Exactly. This one is tough. I find it hard to really advocate for either one right now. But let's see what happens. Singletary, I feel like he might play, but of course, I don't know. Chase Brown looks like he'll probably play. He and Zach Moss both practicing. Chase Brown technically questionable. Zach Moss is fine, which is not what I expected, but I think both these guys are probably going to be in. Gabe Davis, if you cared, is questionable. Evan Ingram, you probably care, is still questionable. And they keep saying, oh, he's been trending in the right direction for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but I still think if Ingram plays, you play him. But yeah, it would have been nice if he was off the injury report finally. We'll see. Just be prepared. If you got Evan Ingram, be prepared to pivot back to Brenton Strange tomorrow morning.
There you go. You don't have a pivot back to, well, I don't know if you even want. Do you want to start David Njoku? He's not on the injury report. He's in, but I don't know.
You might not.
Maybe not. Let's see. Christian Watson could make a comeback. He's questionable. Deontay Johnson feel like he's been on the injury report every week. He's questionable. Jacoby Myers is questionable. And of course, that whole offense is questionable. Zamir White is making his way back, possibly, to being questionable as a runner. And then Kendry Miller. Wow. In case it mattered, he's questionable as well. Now, these guys are in. AJB and Devontae Smith on the way back. That's a good thing for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Romeo Doubs decided to practice this week. He decided he's still a Packer because he doesn't have a choice. And then Tucker Kraft is also in, thankfully. And then we already discussed, but Spencer Rattler is in as the starter for New Orleans. So that's today's injury wrap up. Tomorrow morning, of course, a lot of these things will be different because we'll have some clarity, hopefully, on all of them. But check back with us tomorrow, 3 hours before the early slate starts. And also, check in on your underdog picks because you got time to take advantage of a free pick here. It's Joe Burrow getting 1 yard. If he goes higher than 0.5 total yards, you get this free pick. And don't forget, it's Boostober. So you're getting all sorts of profit boosts every single day. Yesterday, they did a pretty clever one. It was, how do they call it? Franken picks or something.
Yeah.
If you did like 4 picks and one of them each had to be from a different sport, then you get some sort of a boost. It's pretty cool. Every day they do something that's really cool. But this is cool. It's free. So if you sign up for the first time on Underdog, you get the free Joe Burrow pick. Just make sure you're using code ENDGAME when you do sign up because you get the free pick plus you get up to $1,000 bonus cash for your initial deposit. Again, Underdog, download the app, and then use code ENDGAME when you do your very first initial deposit. Get the bonus cash, get the free pick, but code ENDGAME is what you need to put in order to get all of that stuff plus more. And before we get to your questions on here, don't forget we got an app ourselves. It's called Draft Lane, and it connects you with us. We'll answer questions on there all week long, day or night. So 30 questions, start, sit, waiver wire trade, just like you do here. You can do it offline on the app. It's free to download from the App Store, Play Store, and you can do all the same things that you would normally do on the stream, and we'll get to those. But let's get to these questions because we already got a lot of questions. Let's do the first question before we get to the super chats and our members. Let's do Mike Brady because he was here first. All right, Mike. Pick one person. Josh Downs, who is questionable. Alan Lazard is always questionable. Jerome Ford or probably Jalen Tolbert.
I think I'm still going Downs, even with it sounding like Richardson playing. I really think even if Pittman plays, he's going to be very limited, and it's a good matchup for Downs. I will say, I mean, Tolbert is certainly interesting. He's also has a very good matchup against the Lions, but I'm going to prefer Downs here. If Downs doesn't play, then I'll go Tolbert second.
Agree. We're still in on Downs. Sounds like he'll probably play. I don't know. I really am starting to think this whole Pittman thing is just like a big hoax. They're just like trying to like throw us off. So come on. Let's go Downs here, and then Bucky or Tank.
I think it's got to be Bucky.
Got to be Bucky.
I mean, he's gonna get all the touches in this backfield. It's got to be Bucky.
Yeah, this might be a dilemma if everybody was healthy, but yeah, if Rachaad White is out, which right now he's doubtful, you got to go Bucky. All right. And then, of course, one of our OG members is Sir Boomer. His personal start-sit assistant is at it again, telling him bench Cooper and play Downs. I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, Cooper is what he is. Like, it's another great matchup for Cooper against the Eagles this week, but he's had great matchups almost every single week. The problem is his QB matchup is terrible. So I probably still go Downs here.
Yeah, and I will say I would feel better if Flacco was the quarterback for the receivers. But even then, AR is going to target Downs. I'm not buying the whole Pittman thing. All right, let's stick with the Colts. Gavin Ward. Can't decide between Trey Sermon and Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close here, but I'll give the edge to Trey Sermon with JT out in the slightly better matchup this week. Knowing that like he'll get the goal line run, so I'll go Trey Sermon slightly over Rico.
Agree. Trey Sermon got those receptions. I think it was 6 receptions last week. That was encouraging because I know it gives him a floor. All right, rough times. Happy Saturday. So in this league, it's half receiving and a quarter point for rushes. All right. Slight bonus for rush attempts. So, and it's not full PPR. We need 1, 1, and 1. Pickens, Jacoby, Dowdle, Dobbins, B-Rob, Chase Brown.
I go Dobbins at running back. Do I go Jacoby over Pickens? Let me look here.
Jacoby, we just said, was questionable, but you feel like he's going to play? He just kind of limited or what?
Yeah, I feel like he'll play. I mean, obviously, if he doesn't play, then we can go Pickens here. I mean, Pickens gets a slightly better matchup. All right, maybe just go Pickens. It is half PPR, so you need kind of like that big play touchdown boost a little bit more. So let's go Dobbins, Pickens at wide receiver, and then I'm gonna flex. I might flex Jacoby Myers now with Zach Moss playing and not even Zach Moss somehow not even on the injury report. Like, nah, he's good. Like that certainly lowers Chase Brown's ceiling a bit. I'm gonna go Dobbins, Pickens, Jacoby.
It's funny because normally B-Rob would be clearly the number one back here, but like you said, injured still. That matchup is tough. I'm going to move Dobbins ahead of him because Gus is out. Like you said, we might see Vidal, but Dobbins clearly the lead back. So I think Dobbins definitely is the running back. Pickens, I'm still going to keep him in there. I know we're all bitterly disappointed from this point, what he's done, but I still keep him in there. The flex is where it's tough for me because it's like it might be Jacoby, it might be Dowdle. I don't know if I can go with Chase Brown anymore, like you said. Really wish it was Chase Brown. I feel like I want it to be Chase Brown, but I want to be realistic. So
I still think Chase Brown is okay, but it's certainly not as good as if,
I might go Rico, but it's tough between those flex options because your league format's a little odd. It might push me towards a running back who does catch passes. Okay, what about number 2 league here? Brian Thomas or Darnell Mooney?
Man, I know it's a tough matchup for Brian Thomas here, but I don't think I can sit Brian Thomas right now. I'm just going to gamble on Brian Thomas.
Never again saying no to Brian Thomas. All right,
never again. What if you play? I don't know if they play the Broncos, but
yeah, I both good starts. We'll go Brian Thomas here. He's been so good, and then needs to drop one. Mayfield, if you have Hurts, Moss, Najee, Mooney for a defense.
If I got Hurts, I'll just drop Mayfield. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Lex Dad, what's up? Needs one. Tank. Both tanks. Bucky Irving, Chase Brown, or J-Mo?
I can just tell you right now, it's Bucky Irving. I'm going to be irrationally high on Bucky Irving this week. He's looked good. He's going to get the touches. It's going to be Bucky Irving.
Yep, go for Bucky Irving. Seeing need home runs. I mean, look, J-Mo has always got that in him. He normally would be the guy, but if Rachaad White is out, you go Bucky Irving. All right, Moises, hola. Always one of the first here. 10-team PPR with no neighbors. Have Deontay and Slayton, Ridley, Odunze, Shakir. We got some good choices here. This is the 10-teamer. Wow. All right.
Yeah, you got some good choices. All right, man. I mean, I do like Slayton, but I think I got to go Odunze here. I think he's in the best. Although Shakir is like if Shakir plays, Shakir is like your safer option. But I mean, is that what you're really looking for? You're looking for a safer option in a 10-teamer? I'd probably go for the upside of Odunze here.
Y'all saw the Boom video. I'm feeling Odunze. I would go Odunze, but Slayton, we just said, is a nice 1-to-1. Okay. No. He's a good replacement option.
Yeah.
Because he's in that same offense. It's not 1-to-1. He had a big game, though, last week. Honestly, he had a really big game. But yeah, these are all good choices. I'm going to go Odunze for the upside because it's a 10-teamer. And then would you go Ingram over Kincaid if he plays?
I would probably go Kincaid here just because Ingram. I did just see 2 reports. Joe Mixon and Ingram are expected to play tomorrow, which is nice. It's nice when you get the early expected to play. It should make you feel a little bit better, like not like going to test it pregame. But still, coming off that hamstring, I don't know. I know Kincaid's been frustrating, but With Ingram coming back from that injury, I might just go Kincaid this week.
Yeah, I actually would go Kincaid this week as well, because they're going to have their hands full on the outside with the Jets secondary. Kincaid, like, not that he's had a big game this year, but at least he could do something. Here's another Ingram question. Jay, in non-PPR, would you pick up Ingram and cut loose Mark Andrews?
Yes, I would. Is
there anything really tying us to Mark Andrews anymore?
Name recognition.
The past.
Memories.
Nostalgia. Yeah. Okay. Samuel Piazza. Welcome, Samuel. It is a brutal week for some. Play Dowdle or Sermon? Well,
yeah, I'm gonna go Sermon slightly over Dowdle. It's these guys are close. These guys are very close here. They're like Dowdle, Sermon. Who was the other guy we talked about earlier? I forget. Antonio Gibson. Like, these guys are all really close, right? They're going to get the touches. They're not in great matchups. But I liked how Sermon was used last week, and I just want the running back in this Colts offense. So give me Sermon.
Yeah. I'm still going to go Sermon over Dowdle. And then I think for the flex here, Downs is still the best choice.
Yeah, I'm going Downs here.
Not that we want to be like all in on the Colts replacement offensive pieces, but still, it's a good offense, and they're missing Jonathan Taylor, missing probably Michael Pittman. I mean, there's upside here. All right, we got our real OGs in the house. What's up, Brian?
What's up, Brian?
Ford. And $30 bill yet again.
What's up, Bill?
Hope you're doing well. Okay. BTJ, Wicks, Slayton, Tolbert, sit one.
I think I'm sitting Wicks here. Honestly, I think I'm sitting Wicks. I mean, we know Dobbs is back for sure, and it sounds like Christian Watson is going to play. So I think I'm just gonna sit Wicks.
Yeah, I think so. Wicks still startable as a flex play. It's not like we could just completely abandon him after last week, but I think I like these other guys better. Target share, right? What's the difference here? Assumed projected target share. These guys are all the number 2 in their offense, or number 1. I guess Brian Thomas is number 1 now. Wicks, who knows? Other John, Mayfield or AR?
I think I'm just going to go Mayfield this week. I know it's a tough matchup for Mayfield, but I mean, he's been so good. How do you really bench Mayfield? Let's see Anthony Richardson get through a full game and look good. Let's just roll with Mayfield this week.
He's been good. And one thing, even though the Saints defense has been good, they might be on the field more. I mean, again, we don't know what Rattler's going to look like, but if things go south, that could put pressure on the Saints defense. That could be good for the Bucs offense. Let's do Felipe Perez. Wants to know, between those Bengals running backs, would you actually start both or throw Gibson in?
I might throw Gibson in over one of them. I don't know which one I throw Gibson in over at this point, to be honest. I don't know. I may be wrong here, but I think I still prefer. Yeah, I think I still prefer Chase Brown. I feel like he has a little more upside. I might go Brown and Gibson, but I'm okay with Moss and Gibson too, honestly. I don't have a strong feel about this Bengals backfield now.
It's really becoming one of those aggravating situations, but yeah, I think I would like to get Gibson in there. I agree. I'm still thinking if Chase Brown is good to go, I would put Chase Brown and Gibson in there. Just upside, right? Who's got the more upside? All right, and then Lex Dad got another one, 12 team. He's 2-3. Drop Rachaad White to pick up one of those guys?
No, I'm not dropping Rachaad White yet.
I mean, is Tyjae Spears better than what Rachaad White is?
Yeah.
Nah. Cody Greenwood. And you don't need to pick up Ty Chandler. He's not even playing. Nobody's picking him up this week.
Right.
Let's see. Good afternoon, Cody. Picking up a QB for the rest of the season. Geno or Richardson?
I think it's gotta be Richardson. Don't even get me started on Geno Smith. Don't even get me. Dude was so bad on Thursday night. Like, Yeah, don't even get me started. Like, as somebody who has a lot of DK Metcalf this week, that game was very frustrating to watch. Let's just move on. Anthony Richardson.
Yes, Anthony Richardson it is. All right, CB 420. Purdy played. Okay, got Gibbs, Dowdle, Chase Cooper, Jason, Bowers, McBride in the flex. Lazard and Madison on the bench. Yeah, you're good.
You're good. Lazard and Madison, not in your lineup. That's for sure.
Yeah, everyone else is on bye. What can you do? Madison, no. And I think he'd asked earlier, I think on draft lane, like between Madison and Dowdle. Madison, even if Zamir is out again, which he might be, what's Madison giving you?
Yeah.
All right. You're good. Sammy, pick 2. Jacoby, Rico, Jalen Tolbert, probably Braylon Allen, and Josh Downs.
I'm going Downs and Jacoby here, but I'm okay if you want to gamble on some more upside and go Downs Tolbert. But I think Jacoby Myers, even last week in PPR, he had like 13 fantasy points against the Broncos. Like he just gets so much target share in this offense with Devontae Adams' hamstring being unable to heal properly. I just feel good enough about Myers, like his floor, and I think he has a decent enough ceiling. I'm going Downs and Myers.
Still Downs is the first choice, and agree. We like to chase target share, and Jacoby Myers should have it. All right. Antoine is here. Antoine Cruz. Start
What's
3 of these. Harrison Wilson, Devontae, BTJ, Shaheed.
All right, Harrison and Devonta for sure. It's between Garrett Wilson and Brian Thomas Jr., both in tough spots this week. Man.
Yeah, no, I'm not feeling a big Garrett Wilson week, but then my struggle is, do I just bench Garrett Wilson?
I know.
I don't know if I'm ready for that with these guys.
Brian Thomas has been so good too, but I mean, man, that Bears secondary. I don't know. I'd probably still go Garrett Wilson here. If you're Antoine, if you're like, Brian Thomas has been so good, I'm feeling him, I'm okay with it. Like, it's very close between him and Wilson. I think you got to start Harrison and Devonta Smith. Then it comes down to what do you feel? How do you feel about Wilson and Brian Thomas? I'd probably still go Wilson, but I wouldn't fault you for going Brian Thomas here.
Yeah, the only obvious thing here is not Shaheed. Not Shaheed with this.
Yeah. Honestly, if it was Derek Carr, I might go Shaheed over both those guys, but not with Spencer Rattler.
Right. Just in case. So there you go. I'll just say probably the first 3. Just go Harrison, Wilson, Devontae, make it easier. Damn, see, I already broke it. There you go. I said I was going to say yes to Brian Thomas every time. There it is. It just didn't last. Amer Jaffer. Would you go JMO or Slayton?
I think you still have to go Jameson here. Yeah, I think I still have to go Jameson, but man, this is another one. This is another one where it's like it wouldn't shock me at all if Darius Slayton outscores Jameson Williams, but I think I still got to go Jameson.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's almost. I mean, it's not that bad, but still, it's like, is lightning really going to strike twice? Like, can Darius Slayton have a big game again 2 weeks in a row? Is that possible? I don't know. I'll probably just go Jameson Williams as well. Ooh, I don't know. Is this a dilemma? I think it might be based on matchups. Mr. Alien Professional. Could you go Kirk Cousins over Josh Allen?
No, I'm not there with Josh Allen yet. I know it's the Jets, but look, Josh Allen can give you so much with his legs. He could always run in 2 scores. I do like Kirk Cousins this week. I know you say, it's a good matchup. He just threw for 500 yards. But my worry this week for Kirk Cousins is they're not going to have to throw for 500 yards against the Panthers. So,
yep,
I'm still going Josh Allen.
I'll say this. I feel pretty good that Kirk Cousins could throw for more yards than Josh Allen. But Josh Allen will always run, and he'll always have a chance to run in a touchdown. So there you go. It's Josh Allen still. I understand the thinking here, though. What about Johnny 38? Thinking, could you sit Mike Evans for Jalen Tolbert?
I mean, I could certainly consider sitting Mike Evans this week, but not for Jalen Tolbert. I think that's too much. Let's not forget Jalen Tolbert still the number 2 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't sit Evans for Tolbert.
Not guaranteed to smash. So yeah, even look, trust me, I've been talking about Mike Evans and worried about him, but not for Jalen Tolbert. All right, what about this? Big trips. Flowers, Evans, or Bigsby in full PPR.
I think you just go with Flowers here, especially in full PPR. It's a great matchup for him this week. And what's nice is like that the Ravens pass defense has been so bad and the Commanders pass offense has been so good. I mean, look, there's always these games that we think on paper are going to be shootouts and they disappoint us, but this looks like a shootout on paper. So give me Flowers.
Let's see. Now this is a spot where you can sit Evans because you guys say Flowers.
Yes.
So
definitely.
Yeah. This is a perfect example. Yeah, go Flowers. All right, Gabriel, what's up? Yeah, injuries and buys. That's pretty much going to be the theme for the next 10 weeks for everybody. Let's see. Rob Jr. Well, he's questionable, but I get you might want to play him. Got Cook and Chase Brown and Moss at the flex. I don't think I like. I definitely don't like allergies better than Zach Moss. I don't think any of these guys make the cut, even over Moss.
No, I think you're good with what you got there.
Yeah. Eric Crump needs some flex help. Sermon, Tracy, or Slayton?
Well, I would say Tracy if Singletary was out, but it sounds like he might play. If Singletary's out, I'll go Tracy. It's a good matchup it would be a good matchup for him this week. I'd probably just go Sermon here again. Like Slayton can always do what Slayton does and have like that big game, but Slayton can also always do what Slayton does, and that's completely disappear. So I'm just gonna go Sermon. Unless Singletary is ruled out tomorrow, then I will go Tracy.
Right. I'm getting the feeling, not that we really, really know, but getting the feeling that Singletary is going to play. So let's just go Sermon for now. And then should I start at RB2 either Tank Bigsby, Tyrone Tracy, or Trey Sermon? Don't know if this is a different league.
Yeah. I'll say the same thing I just said. Like I go Sermon here, even over Bigsby, because Bigsby is still splitting with Etienne. It's not like Etienne is gone. So I go Sermon here again. Unless Singletary is completely out, then I will go Tracy.
Right. This will depend. This will depend. But right now, Sermon is locked into that starting role on is still a good offense, even with Joe Flacco on the bench. All right, Joseph Verrecchio. Are we flexing Liget, Odunze, or Keon Coleman?
Here I'm going to go Odunze. He gets that great Jags matchup. Caleb, like we don't want to just like say like, oh, okay, because remember last time Caleb had a big game, he laid an egg, but I'm not worried about him laying an egg against the Jags. I think he'll be good enough. I think Odunze's got the most upside here. I'm going Odunze.
Yep, definitely going Odunze. And again, this is a good time to mention we talk about our boom picks. You know, we have guys and we I think kind of try to explain, not sure whether it always, registers during the video, but like if we talk about somebody, especially when we get lower on like a Roma Dunze, it doesn't mean like you have to start him, right? But I know I'm definitely going to feel better about him than these guys. So Ethan Johnson. This is a tough one. Joe Burrow or Jordan Love?
It's not tough for me. I'm pretty comfortably going Joe Burrow here. I mean, what Joe Burrow's been good this year. He hasn't really been bad. I know Jordan Love has the better matchup, but he had the better matchup last week too. And look how that turned out. Just give me Joe Burrow.
With T. Higgins actually playing and looking good and Jamar Chase being Jamar Chase, I mean, it's pretty much hard not to say you start Joe Burrow if you have him. So start Joe Burrow if you have him. The thing is, Jordan Love, I really thought he would go off against the Rams defense. Did not go off. He's still a very strong start. I mean, he's still a top 10 fantasy quarterback to me, but Joe Burrow's, I don't know, looking like top 5. Jay, is that USA? Daniel Jones, or is it Jay Uso?
Jay Uso.
Jay Uso, sorry. Daniel Jones or Caleb Williams?
Well, here I'm pretty comfortably going Caleb Williams. I mean, I know Daniel Jones. I'll admit, Daniel Jones has looked okay this year. I'll admit it. He's looked okay, but it's Caleb Williams. It's Jacksonville. I'm just going to take Caleb here.
I think probably the most shocking thing that's happened this year in fantasy is last week, Daniel Jones not looking too bad with Malik Neighbors out. I don't know. To me, that says something about the Seahawks, but also should say something about Daniel Jones not being that bad. I probably was a little harsh on him, just a little in the preseason. And I will give props to Brian Daboll. I really thought he would be in the hot seat at this point of the season. I mean, they're hanging in there. Not saying the Giants are going to make the playoffs, but whatever. But still, I'm in on the Bears offense. I'm in on Caleb Williams. It's Caleb Williams. LEJ and all right. Follow up from a couple of days ago.
All right.
Traded Josh Downs, Javonte Williams, and Jordan Love to get Jalen Hurts, JT, and the Bears defense.
The Bears defense? You traded for a defense. I mean, but look, at the same time, I don't even hate this deal. You got the better QB and you got JT for Josh Downs and Javonte Williams. Even with the Bears defense thrown in, I think you still won this trade.
Yeah, I think we can just pretend the defense isn't there. You got JT for a running back you don't really want to start. And look, we like Josh Downs, but come on, JT, this is a win. You definitely came out on top. 9-ball, Bori, starting one of the Bengals, and then at the flex. So here's this is like a recurring theme now. We're playing both Bengals running backs or Rome.
Yeah, go with Rome. I do slightly go Chase Brown. I just feel like he has a little more upside. Obviously, I mean, I guess maybe he's riskier though with the quad, but we'll see. But go with one of the Bengals running backs, whichever one you feel better about, and then just go with Rome so you don't have to have the entire Cincinnati backfield.
Yes, exactly. You're not limiting your own upside. And I like Rome a lot this week. Again, could be wrong here. This is a risk. But you don't win without taking some risks. Is this a risk? This is funny. I didn't know. Are we here yet? You remember we talked about Jaylen Hyatt earlier? We dropping Jaylen Hyatt in a dynasty?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to drop him in a dynasty just yet. Because again, look at guys like, Jalen Tolbert this year, Nico Collins last year. I mean, I know not the same, but well, you never know. I mean, it could be the same situation for him next year if they upgraded the QB. Darius Slayton's not back or something, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm ready to try. I mean, it depends on how shallow the dynasty league is, of course. Some leagues are shallower than others. So.
Well, that's true. It depends how much bench space you got and who you dropped them for. I mean, I can't say I hate that you dropped them. I mean, you're probably not going to miss anything, but let's see. If the Giants do upgrade and get a franchise quarterback, if it goes that route, then yeah, you might at least want to be interested in Hyatt next year. So yeah, just give Daniel Jones a compliment. Now I'm back slapping him again. What's up, Rise? Rise above anything. Somebody dropped Cup in a 10-man league. Why?
This happened in my wife's work league too, and she picked him up. It's just I'm So you had Cup this whole time, and now when it sounds like he's going to be back next week, so you just have to hold him for one more week, and then you get Cup back. People are like, "Nah, I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I've had enough. Had enough of this guy."
This is why guy like Rise. I know I don't remember his record. I think he's doing pretty well in at least one of his leagues. This is why we win, and others are making moves like this. We're trying to stay ahead of the game.
But it's just, I say it's a lot. It's just a microcosm for life, right? If you look at the stock market, when the stock market crashes, what does everybody do? They take their money out, they put it in cash, because they're like, oh my gosh, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. And then when the market shoots back up, which it has done every single time it's crashed, like 100% of the time, and then it's way up high again, then they're like, okay, now I'll buy stocks because now it's super high again. And it's like, you're doing this exactly the wrong way, right? Like, you could have bought that stock 50% lower than you're buying it right now. And then they wonder, like, oh, the stock market's rigged. Or like, I always lose money in the stock market. Yeah, because but it's the same thing here, right? It's like you literally held Cup through every week of his injury. And then on the bye week where he's supposed to come back the week after, like, nah, I'm over it. I'm done. Like, what? Anyways,
this is, and again, a lot of times people they leave the comments and then they say things on here like, you can't sell what, or he just had a big game. That's exactly why you sell him. He just had a big game. He will not have that big game again. And the same thing with seasons, right? Some guys coming off a career season, he's not having that career season again because he just had it. It's like, anyways, good job, Bryce. All right. The dead internet theory. Screwed by Mason and versus Debo. Oh, okay. So you went against Debo. All right, but still, that's not like Debo went off for like 5 touchdowns. You're okay. Need a running back in a flex. Chuba has a bad feeling. Monty thinks it could be a shootout. Bigsby. Okay, so here's interesting. Rashid Shaheed, you get points for kick and punt return yards.
Maybe you get 0.1 points. So what is that? Like if he gets 30, like if he runs a kickoff for 30 yards, how many? Somebody help me with my math here.
3 points.
What is that? 3 points?
Yeah. You get you a few. Look, unless he breaks a big one, which whatever. You're not counting on a big punt return.
Right.
And might get you a few extra points.
I think you got to go Monty this week. It's a good matchup against Dallas. And I still think you got to go Chuba. I mean, you got a bad feeling, but why? Like, what's giving you the bad feeling? Like, he's been so good. I mean, look, it's gonna happen. Like, there's gonna come a week where Chuba like lays an egg because he's not gonna finish as the RB1 this year or whatever, like the RB3. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I don't see any reason not to start Chuba. Honestly, I could probably have gone Rashid Shaheed if it was Derek Carr, but with Spencer Rattler, I mean, now you're just counting on return yards,
right?
And I don't even know. Is he like does he do all kicks and punts or doesn't he just do like kicks or something?
I honestly don't know. Like there's certain things we keep up on our football, but we spend more time digging deep into the stats and analytics for the running backs and receivers and the players that might play, as opposed to like, I don't know the offensive linemen's names for most of the teams. And I don't know the kick returners for most teams. And like doesn't Wan'Dale Robinson also return kicks or punts? I feel like he should. If he doesn't, maybe he doesn't. No, I guess he doesn't. That's interesting. Eric Gray's the kick returner. But no, that's not swaying me anyways. So I don't know why you have a bad feeling about Chuba. I'd start Chuba.
Yeah. And
then for the flex, I mean, you're fine flexing Monty. I think he's been solid.
Yeah, I'm going Monty. I'm just going to go Monty and Chuba here.
Yeah, you're good. All right, now these are my favorite types of questions. This is Sir Boomer. Underdog, prime time palooza. It's a draft. Looking for the long shot upside plays in the Giants-Bengals game and the Bills-Jets game. Of course, you picked the 2 games that we aren't going to know all the injury updates yet, and there's like everybody's questionable on both sides. But what are your long shot upside plays here? Darius Slayton, is that not even a long shot anymore?
Yeah, I don't even know if Darius Slayton's a long shot anymore. I mean, I guess Jaylen Hyatt.
You just said you could drop him.
Theo Johnson at tight end is kind of a long shot upside play as far as tight end goes.
Well, okay, in these drafts, you need what? 1 quarterback, 1 tight end. Is it 1 and 1 and then a flex, right?
Yeah, I think that's all it is. Flex? Yeah, I think it's just QB, running back, wide receiver, tight end flags.
So it's not a long shot because there's not that many tight ends, but Eric All as a tight end, I know you've been talking about him. He's coming on. I mean, he might be a good tight end to grab late. I don't know how much upside he has.
Yeah, I still think. I mean, how deep do you need to go in this format? You're only, you know what I mean? You're not drafting like a 10 rounds here. So I still think Slayton.
Yeah, there's really not that many options with Neighbors out. I mean, pretty much every Giant is a long shot. So Yoshi could score a touchdown. If Shakir is out, Curtis Samuel still did nothing, even with even with Khalil Shakir completely out, still did nothing. I don't feel great about Keon Coleman, and I feel like he's going to get drafted too high in a format like this. But maybe, just maybe, like a Mac Hollins. There you go.
Yep, there you go.
There's your long shot upside, Mac Hollins. Doesn't get more long shot upside than that. All right, Lex Dad. It's 4-1. Rate this team. It's half PPR. Hurts, Connor, JK, Puka, AJB, Kincaid, and Younghoe Koo. Godwin is on the bench. Okay, well, I'm guessing because Puka is on your bench right now. J-Mo Mooney 4, Rashad White, Tank Bigsby. 2 defenses, really? You can drop the KC defense.
Yeah, you can drop the KC defense there on bye. And I probably pick up Tolbert because I like him better long term. As far as rating the team, Connor Dobbins, Puka, AJ Brown, Godwin, Jameson, Mooney. It's pretty solid. Kincaid, Hurts. This is pretty good for a 12-teamer. I'll say 8-5.
Yeah, this is good. You got some good depth. This is where I like all your bench players for the most part are usable. J-Mo, Mooney, Godwin, not really a bench player, but you can put in one of those. I mean, when Puka comes back, you're really good at receiver. Not stacked at running back. That's the thing, is you really could use more of a clear RB1. But, man, I don't know. I haven't tried to trade Jerome Ford while you can, if you can. I don't know if you get anything for Rashad White right anymore, but I would like to have traded those guys to upgrade. But drop your defense and you can pick up like a Tolbert. Mr. Rivers. Oh, I give it an 8.25, by the way. Good morning. For our RB2, Bigsby or Rashawn Johnson?
I think you got to go Bigsby here. I mean, Rashawn Johnson, sure, he's been scoring, but he could score again. I just think you got to feel better about Bigsby's role right now.
Yeah, definitely Bigsby. And then one flex, Bigsby, Rashawn, Wicks, or Braylon.
Is this the same league or a different league? Like, so if we picked Bigsby, can we not pick Bigsby here? I mean, I picked Bigsby out of this group, but if we can't pick Bigsby because we already picked him for RB2, then I probably just gamble on Wicks here.
Yeah, same thing. Because Rashawn Johnson is either touchdown or nothing. I think that's it. So, Dominic, flex, James Cook or BTJ?
Oh man, the problem is Cook plays Monday night.
Yeah, you're taking sort of a chance here. I mean, I know we're feeling good about Cook. Are you feeling good about Cook against the Jets in general, though?
Yeah, I don't feel good about Brian Thomas against the Bears either, but I might just go Brian Thomas here because what are you going to do if like Monday afternoon we hear, oh, no, James Cook isn't going to play, or, oh, James Cook's going to be, very limited with this injury. I might just go Brian Thomas here and not risk it with James Cook.
Yeah, that's what I would do, especially because you don't feel like this is a smash spot for Cook anyways. And you really don't want to be left holding the bag there on Monday night. You're like, oh, I guess I need to pick up Ty Johnson and start him. Like, just go BTJ. All right, here's a fun one. Andre Dardman, Cole Kmet, or Sam Laporta?
Yeah, I'm still going Laporta here. I'm still going. I actually do like Kmet this week, but not more than Laporta.
Yeah, agree. Let's still. I keep saying I feel good about the Bears' pass offense. Had Caleb Williams, boom, Roma Dunze, but there's only so much they can do. Come on, Sam Laporta's got to do something, doesn't he? He's got to do something.
Let's hope.
I mean, he doesn't have to, got to, but Tyler Sperry, Hurts or love?
Definitely Hurts here. He's got his weapons back. Hurts should be good.
Yes. Hurts with both receivers healthy. It's Hurts. And then Gibson, really Rose Rashawn?
Well, if this is Gibson or Rashawn, I'm going Gibson.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a either or thing. Let's go Gibson. Daniel Hart needs an RB2 and a flex between Najee Singletary, Tucker Kraft, Braylon Allen. Or Tolbert, Bucky. What? Bucky is available on waivers? I mean, you got to pick up Bucky and start him at RB2.
Yeah, you got to start Bucky at RB2. Honestly, I might. It's no PPR. I might just pick up Bucky and Sermon and start them both. Running back 2 and flex.
Yeah. Would have to drop one of these. Oh, it's non-PPR. I just saw that right now. But yeah, that's still even better reason to start Bucky and Sermon. Got those running backs in there.
I think you could probably drop Singletary and Braylon.
Yeah.
If you have to drop 2 of these guys.
You can drop Braylon Allen because now you get a starting running back in Bucky.
Right.
And next week, honestly, unless Braylon Allen somehow goes off against the Bills, you could probably drop Sermon because JT might be back, and then you could pick up Braylon Allen again if you really want to do that. I will say this, I'm not doing it yet, but I'm almost to the point where I'm just saying, like, just, what are we getting with Najee Harris? You can just drop Najee Harris. Anyways, you can drop Braylon Allen first. Yes, definitely pick up Bucky and Sermon. Dan O, what's up? Needs a receiver and a flex between Wilson, Devontae Pickens, Chase Brown, Moss, and Dowdle.
All right, Devonta is going to be your wide receiver, and I'm still gonna flex Chase Brown over. I mean, not Chase Brown, Garrett Wilson over all these players here. I know it's a tough matchup for him, but I mean Pickens, Moss, Chase Brown, Dowdle. I'm just going to go Devonta and Wilson.
Devontae is definitely a receiver here. Man, I really still wish I could be in on Pickens, just unequivocally, but this week until we see. Now we're worried about, and I don't even know if it's good, bad, or neither. Are we going to see all of a sudden at halftime, like Justin Fields sits and Russell Wilson comes in a quarterback? Like that wouldn't shock me.
If he struggles, I think we could.
And then what does that even mean? I don't know. To me, it means like, and this kind of leads to your next question. What do you think of Jaylen Warren? To me, it just kind of means now I wish I didn't have any piece of the Steelers offense whatsoever.
I don't think I drafted Jaylen Warren one time, anywhere, best ball, anything. I wasn't in on Jaylen Warren. No. The fact that he's even playing this week is a shock. Yeah, I'm not in on Jaylen Warren.
Yeah, I just want to not have to think about the Steelers. Luis Santiago, if B-Rob is out, start Spears or McNichols?
I know McNichols has been scoring, but I think because again, this looks like this is a tough matchup for these running backs. It looks like it's going to be a lot of passing in this game. I like the matchup for the Titans. Spears got pretty decently involved before the bye. I think I'm going to go Spears here.
Yeah, I know it would make logical sense. If B-Rob is out, that means McNichols gets run. But I don't even like the matchup for B-Rob because of Baltimore's run defense. So why would I like McNichols as much or better? So I just go Spears. Jason Quinones needs to drop someone or a kicker. Which one is it? Downs, Ford, Slayton, Bigsby.
Can you just take the 0 out of kicker? I don't know. Maybe Jerome Ford, I guess. Chubb, I think they have to activate Chubb next week or his season is over.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean Chubb will play. They could just add him to the roster and still not play him, but it's going to happen eventually here. Ford hasn't even been that good. I guess drop Ford if you really need a kicker.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like he can afford to just take a 0 because his entire team is on bye or hurt. He's got basically a full roster there of missing players. So, all right. There you go. You can drop Ford. John, Dak or Mayfield?
I'm going Dak. I like Dak this week. Mayfield, it is a tough matchup for Mayfield this week. Not completely off him. I'm actually starting him somewhere, but I just think Dak has more upside this week. I'm going Dak.
Agreed. They continue to just throw and throw and throw the ball a lot. Choose one running back with Mason already in there. Got Eckler, Spears, Singletary.
I think I'm going to go Eckler. I know I talk about it's a tough matchup, but I mean, Brian Robinson at real risk of not playing or being severely limited. Eckler will catch passes. Eckler's actually looked, I mean, look, he's not prime Eckler anymore, but he's actually looked okay. I think I'm going Eckler.
Yeah. Well, this is tricky because we don't know if B-Rob is playing. We don't know if Singletary is playing. Again, we probably won't get this. This is my dream world where they say, hey, Singletary is going to play and he's going to receive exactly 75% of the carries before the game starts. It's not going to happen, but at least I would like to know, is Tyrone Tracy going to be involved? Is he going to be just sitting on the bench? Is it going to be 50-50? I would like to know that. So if we hear something like, yeah, Singletary's back and he's a starter again, okay, I might go Singletary. But if not, and if B-Rob is out, Eckler is the strongest start here. So to me, it's one of those two. This kind of just depends on what we're feeling tomorrow. So honestly, if you ask me right now, I have to say Eckler. If you ask me tomorrow, it might be different, but we'll see. And then choose two between Diggs, Flowers, Olave, Tolbert.
I think you got to go Diggs and Flowers here. I mean, you should feel pretty good about Diggs without Nico. And again, talked about it. Flowers, this on paper looks like a high scoring, high passing volume game for Flowers. So Diggs and Flowers.
Yeah, definitely Diggs and Flowers here. Vincent Leno, all the way from France. Welcome back, Vincent. All right, 8-team PPR. Got Daniels, K9, Henry, Brees. Not bad. Drake, Harrison, Flowers, Goddard, Bigsby, Deontay, Odunze, Pickens, Javante. All right, this is an 8-teamer. Do you think I should trade Harrison and Henry for Bijan and Neighbors?
Yeah, I think I probably do this. I think you're getting the upgrade on both sides here. I still feel like I still believe Bijan will be better than Henry. And I feel fairly confident that when Neighbors recovers from his concussion, he'll be better than Harrison. So yeah, I'm taking the Bijan Neighbors side here.
I think I would too. I mean, as much as, yes, I still think Derrick Henry is going to score a touchdown every single game. I think he'll be a league winner for those who drafted him in the third round. I still have Bijan as a stud running back. I really think he will be. And yeah, I didn't think I would get here, honestly, Neighbors over Harrison. I'm Neighbors over Harrison now because Harrison, I don't know. I think he's been fine, but really other than the Washington game, which it was Washington, he's been just kind of okay.
Well, I saw something from Matt Harmon today about this. If you watch the games, Neighbors is running very simple routes. Not that Neighbors can't. Neighbors is not Jaylen Hyatt. Neighbors can run. No. Neighbors can run routes. But the Giants because of Daniel Jones, they're asking him to run a lot of very simple routes, which is leading to a lot of very easy completions and a lot of racking up catches and yards, of course. They're asking Marvin Harrison to run the biggest boy of the biggest boy routes. Go beat, too high coverage on, post and things like that. And the problem with when the guy's primarily running those routes is those aren't high percentage throws, and those sometimes Kyler Murray is going to look and say, oh, they're bracketing him, and he's going to look off of him. So, but for fantasy, that makes Neighbors more valuable. So I'm going to take Neighbors here.
Yeah, and also here's the difference in that offense. If Kyler Murray looks and he doesn't see Harrison open, he doesn't like what he sees, he'll take off and run. He just will. Or he's got Trey McBride sitting right there, and he likes throwing to Trey McBride. Whereas the Giants, I mean, Daniel Jones can kind of run, but he's not Kyler Murray. And then he's got Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton. It's not quite the same. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think you take this. It's not a lopsided trade by any means, but you can do this. You might come out ahead. You could definitely do this if you're Mr. Rivers. Drop Braylon Allen for Bucky. You got to get Bucky.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Reese Todd, Jaden Reed, or Maserati Marv?
We filmed the booms later in the week this week to give us more time to think, and I still regret, like, why didn't I put Jaden Reed on the booms? I probably should have put Jaden Reed on the booms, but I like Jaden Reed this week. I'm going Jaden Reed.
Well, I mean, after everything we just said about Marv, still solid, but again, I feel like his upside isn't what I really want it to be just yet. I just know this is pretty funny. Don Oliver, that's pretty good. Mitsubishi Marv, I mean, that's a little harsh.
He hasn't been that bad. Come on, he hasn't been that bad.
That's pretty good. But yeah, the answer is Jaden Reed. All right. Mitsubishi Marv. Patrick Poppy, pick 2. Half PPR, Tank, Olave, BTJ, Wandale.
Well, sadly, it can't be Olave anymore. Man, I really want to say Tank, but what are we getting? It's got to be a good Tank week, right? Like, it's got to be.
Unless it's the emergence of Xavier Hutchinson this week.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I know.
You got to have PPR. Wandale, okay, like if Wandale doesn't score a touchdown, how many points are you getting from Wandale Robinson and have PPR? Like 8. That's fine, but I think Tank Dell can get you 8.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Dell and Brian Thomas Jr. and hate myself.
I would do that too. Tank and BTJ. Like you said, you have to take the chance on Tank. I will say that if this week, not that this week is the end all be all, but look, if Tank Dell shows nothing more this week, we'll know maybe something's up. I really want to take a close look at the target share. Is CJ Stroud looking his way more or not? And if not, maybe there is some sort of confidence issue, or maybe there's a separation issue. Actually, I don't know. I haven't dug into Tank Dell's separation numbers yet, but this week, let's go Tank Dell and BTJ. Jackson Boz. Pick 4 between Terry, Amon-Ra, Sermon, Garrett Wilson, Godwin, AJ Brown, and Mason. Let him down.
All right. Let me first say real quick. I know it's never fun to have a guy that gets hurt on your team, but you can't say the guy let you down. The guy had 74 yards and a half of football. Like, if he would have played that whole game, he would have had like 150 yards and a touchdown probably. He gets hurt. It's part of football. It's like people saying, like, you told me to start DK Metcalf and now I need a bunch of points from so-and-so. It's like, the dude had a 55-yard touchdown called back because Kenneth Walker doesn't know how to get set. Like, it happens. It's just bad luck. But anyways, he didn't let you down. He played great. He still got you like 9 points, which, look, could have got you 9 points, in a full healthy game. Anyways, rant over. Don't blame these guys for getting hurt. You got to go Amon-Ra. You got to go Terry. You got to go Godwin. You got to go AJ Brown. There you go. You got to go those 4.
Yeah, this one very easy. AJ Brown, set and forget. Godwin, set and forget. Amon-Ra, set and forget. Terry, yes. And then also Pitts or Kraft.
I got to go Kraft. Let's just go Kraft. He's on a heater right now. Let's just keep rolling with Kraft.
There you go. And even though Watson and Dobbs may be back, Luke Musgrave is completely out now. Didn't mention him on the injury report because I didn't think it was worth mentioning, as he's on IR. The ironic thing is I was in on this Packers offense and in Underdog best ball. The 2 guys I drafted the most because I thought they could go off were Luke Musgrave and Marshawn Lloyd. 2 guys now chilling on injured reserve. Yeah. Rusty Shackelford, trade went through, so he got Achane for Kraft and Javonte.
Nice.
That's a win. Need help. Pick 2: Devontae Smith, Terry, Deontay.
Yeah, I think it's the first 2 for me. They're like Devonta Smith in a good spot, hard to bench him. Terry in a great spot. Talk about that Commanders game. Could be an absolute shootout and great for the passing games on both sides. So Devonta and Terry.
Yep, Devontae and Terry, and then you're good. All right, Gin Rail. Addison for Ayuk. Like, we're flipping here.
I mean, is this how low we've gotten on Ayuk? I'm still taking Ayuk here if this is a trade.
Yeah, I think you still prefer Ayuk. Now, look, I will say I really don't think Ayuk's going to put up quite the same numbers as last year, but he's still a solid weekly start. I mean, yeah. If you're trading Addison during his bye week to get Ayuk, you can do this. Bullman, what is up? In 10-man PPR league, Sermon, Brown, or Singletary?
I'm going Sermon here. Going Sermon.
Yeah, the other two, besides being questionable injury-wise, still, Sermon's getting most of the touches in that backfield. So, and then Tolbert or Odunze.
Odunze.
Definitely going on Odunze this week. Ertz or Ingram?
I mean, I do like Ertz, but man, I don't think I can start him over Ingram. I think I'm going Ingram. It's a tough one.
Yeah, that one is tricky. I do think if Ingram plays, I play him. I mean, he should play. So let's go Sermon, Odunze, Ingram. And then we have one, Brennan Boykin. Thank you, Brennan. I don't see a question in the near vicinity, so we'll look for it. We'll keep looking. We'll go to the next one. In the meanwhile, also, good time to remind you, since we're a little close to halfway here. If you didn't join us at the very top of the show, I want to remind you, you still have time also. If for some reason you're still not on Underdog, we talk about Underdog all the time, and there's a reason for it. Because it's awesome. It's fun. You can win money. And you can do almost anything you can imagine to pick for NFL football and college football. If you're into that, college going on today, you can go and check out all the games that are on the slate. Get these picks in and start winning now. But start with this one. If you're new and you're signing up for the very first time on Underdog, free pick, Joe Burrow just getting the yard. So if you do sign up for the very first time on Underdog, you get this free pick. It's Joe Burrow, higher than 0.5 total yards. You get that, plus up to $1,000 of bonus cash when you first deposit on Underdog using code ENDGAME. Make sure you use that code to get these free picks, plus all the offers. Again, this is really the best time to do it because Boostober is going on every day. They have specials. And even besides the specials they've already announced, they got more specials, things that just pop up all the time. You never know. You have all sorts of chances to win extra. So check it out for if for some reason you haven't already. I don't know why you wouldn't, but go ahead and try it. All right. Joshua Montgomery, 1 point per. Okay. Need one running back, one receiver, and a flex. Eckler, Tracy, Wicks, Liggett, Gibson, Sermon, Michael Wilson.
All right. Sermon at running back.
I'm
going to go Wicks at wide receiver still here. And then I'll say flex. I probably flex Gibson unless Singletary is completely out. Then I'll go Tracy.
I think that's fair. Again, we have more clarity on this tomorrow. I'm not feeling Michael Wilson this week. All right, so running back, let's see. You got Sermon. Yeah, Sermon, Wicks, and I'd like to say Tracy. If not, I'll go Gibson. All right. I'm sure we've had some from Hawaii before, but we got someone from Maui. Aloha, Terry Villa. Ertz, Schultz.
I'm going Ertz. Talked about Ertz on the Booms video. I like Ertz this week. Schultz. I also like Schultz. I talked about him on the 10 stats. I talked about both of them on the 10 stats, actually. But I think Ertz is in a better spot this week. I'm going Ertz.
Yeah, even with Nico out, I still don't get the feeling that Schultz is suddenly becoming involved in this passing offense. Here's the other thing. You got to realize Kate Stover makes an appearance once in a while. They drafted a tight ends early-ish, and they're once in a while they throw it to him, but it's just eating into his snaps overall, is what I'm saying. Schultz is just not really a big focal point here anymore. So I'm just going to go Hurts. What is that? 95. Definitely enjoying Saturday. Needs a flex. BTJ, Cooper, or the recently acquired James Conner.
I think I'm just going to go James Conner here. I feel like he's been good enough. It's not a tough matchup against the Packers. He could score a touchdown. I'm going to mitigate the risk of Cooper, and I'm going to mitigate the tough matchup of Brian Thomas. I'm just going to take James Conner.
Yeah, as much as I hate to say no to Brian Thomas, I like Brian Thomas. Don't dislike Brian Thomas, but Connor's is very solid. You're good with Connor. John D, pick 3. Etienne, Tank. I guess we'll assume that's Bigsby. Mixon, Rashid, D-Hop, and Wandale.
Oh, man. All right. I think Mixon's the one I'm going with for sure here. I mean, do we just go all in on the Jags backfield? I really don't want to start Rashid. I really don't want to start D-Hop. I mean, Wandale's okay.
I really don't want to go all in on the Jags backfield, especially against the Bears. You know what? This is full PPR. I might just spare myself and just not do either of the Jags, which sounds crazy, but Mixon, I think if he plays, you play Mixon.
Yep.
I know. This is just pure gut feel. Not pure gut feel. This is based in some analytics too. I mentioned D-Hop as a sleeper. I don't know why. I'm feeling this could be a D-Hop week. I might just go Mixon, D-Hop, and Wandale and just make sure I get me my points, PPR.
All right. Well, there you go. If you want to do it. I mean, I'm like really,
you don't want to do it.
Really, Mixon's the only one I have a strong, good feeling about here. Yeah, if you want to go Mixon, D-Hop, Wandale, that's fine. Get your points.
Yeah. All right. Rodney Woods, he's getting points. He's on a 3-game win streak. Let's go. Make it 4. Full PPR. Here's his lineup so far. Ooh, I don't know about Fields. Let's see what else you got. Bench is Goff. I think you got to put Goff over Fields, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going Goff over Fields.
Barkley, Henry. That's good. Diggs, Higgins, DJ Moore. That's good. Firemouth. It's a tight end. Would you go Njoku over Firemouth?
No, I don't think so. Just go with Firemouth.
Yeah, Cleveland offense. And then flexing Monty, I think that's fine. Anything else you switch there? Dunze's on the bench, but I don't think you can put him. You already got DJ Moore. I think that's fine.
Well, I think he's got Monty and Chase Brown at flex. I might go Dunze over Chase Brown. I think I'm doing it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. Chase Brown is in the flex. I didn't see that. So Odunze, barely over Tolbert?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to be all in on the Bears, I could go Tolbert over Chase Brown as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in on Odunze, but I understand since you had DJ Moore, Rodney, it's up to you if you like Tolbert or Odunze better. So yeah, definitely you can bench Fields. Like I said, the worry this week is that Fields doesn't even make it through the game because they keep talking it up. Russell Wilson's back, he's available, and we're losing. I don't know. All right. God's Gang. Pick 1. Najee, Gibson, or Olave.
Am I really going to have to do this? I think you got to go Gibson. I mean, I don't know. Gibson or Najee.
I mean, I'm not playing Najee. I know that.
Yeah, it's such a good matchup for Najee, but who cares, right?
No, it's been good matchups for Najee. I don't know. I know for me, it's definitely not Najee. It's do I take a chance on Olave and maybe Rattler connecting, or do I just get what Gibson gives me? Because Gibson is the starter and getting all the touches here. But I probably just should be Gibson.
Yeah, that was my first instinct. That was my gut. I guess go Gibson. Wow, man, brutal.
Of course, Cody's here to make it harder. Remember what he said.
Yes, I know. I saw this quote. Trust me, nobody wants this to be true more than me, but it's still, I mean, like you can make him a point to get him the ball, but you still got to get him the ball, if you know what I mean. Like you can throw it in his general direction, but that doesn't mean it's catchable, or you know what I mean? So I mean, if you want to go Olave, I'm fine with it. Like certainly if Derek Carr was playing, it would be like no doubt Olave over those guys. So
Right.
yeah, if you want to go Olave, go with it.
Yeah. Look, Gibson is the safer pick here, right? Clearly, Gibson will get you something. Olave is who knows. So maybe this comes down to what do you need in your lineup? Do you need that upside at flex, or do you just want to make sure you get something? You can't risk the zero. Jonathan Cochin, starting these guys. Flex, Mooney, Dobbins, JMO, or McConkey.
Dobbins is like the floor play. I think Mooney's the upside play here. It doesn't say what scoring format it is. I think if it's full PPR, I go Mooney. If it's non-PPR, I'll go Dobbins.
Yeah, it's not a great matchup for Dobbins, but with Gus out, you feel like he'll get even more carries. He had a week of rest, so he should be a solid start. But Mooney's been so good the last couple of weeks. I mean, he could definitely have a big game. So yeah, that's exactly right. It's just like floor ceiling. So what you need, what you want. I mean, I guess with this lineup that you have, but again, we don't know. Is it a 10-team league? Is it a 12-team league? Is it PPR? So that would help. So Jonathan, if it's PPR, we'll lean Mooney. If it's non or half, go Dobbins. You have a lot of upside in your lineup. Leo Hilo needs some help here. Got Gino, Caleb. Well, that decision is made. Kyron, Tracy, Bigsby, Kendre, Estime, Rashawn. No spaces. Need wide receiver 1. Trade away CMC or Bigsby, Tracy.
I mean, if you want to trade away Bigsby or Tracy, I'm okay with that. It's probably not the time to trade away CMC, although his value is going back up because now people are going like, oh, he's going to actually play. But you have Mason too, so that makes me less interested in trading CMC, honestly.
Well, so I'm looking at this team. It says 1-4. I don't think you can afford to trade away CMC if he comes back strong. You're going to want CMC, so I would hold CMC. Trade Gino for Tolbert, sure, but Tolbert's definitely not a wide receiver 1.
Yeah, you can definitely trade Gino for Tolbert.
Pick up Polk, drop Rashawn.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's fine.
Need a wide receiver 1. You're not getting a wide receiver 1 for any of those players, but I'm not sure what you would give to get a wide receiver 1 without trading one of your RBs, and I don't think you can trade one of your RBs.
Yeah, you'd have to trade like CMC for a wide receiver 1. Which I don't know. I mean, you're 1-4. You're not playing CMC this week. Maybe you should. Maybe you should try.
True. All right, let's see what you can get. You can package guys like Tracy, Bigsby with probably not, but like a worthy Jason Dell type, and see what you can do to upgrade a receiver. I think that's fine. Hold on to Waddle, his value will go up. Hold on to Downs, his value is going up. Jake the Snake needs a defense. Bears, Eagles, Chargers, Colts. I know offhand the Chargers play the Broncos. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think I go Chargers here. I think Chargers is my pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't go Bears just because Trevor Lawrence has looked better. They're at least scoring points. Eagles against Browns is not bad, but I think the Chargers just have a better defense than the Eagles. Colts do not have a good defense. The Hoff. Wow. Bijan or Gibbs?
David Hasselhoff?
The Hoff. That's the only one there is.
Oh, Bijan or you have to bench one of these guys? I'm going Bijan this week. I'm trusting this matchup against the Panthers. I'm going Bijan.
I hope that your other running back was like Kenneth Walker, but even then, I probably would have
Even
just gone
then,
Bijan and Gibbs. So I don't know who you
your
started.
other running back would have to be like Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think I would have started Mason or Walker over these guys. But anyways, let's go Bijan. All Bijan against the Panthers. Let's go Bijan. Phil Ciortino, set a lineup, 10-team, PPR, Cousins, Barkley, Walker, Chase Evans, Muth, Flowers, Deontay, and then a bench.
Yeah, I'm okay with Cousins over Richardson this week. Let's see him play. I assume you already played Walker, so Barkley will be your other running back. I mean, it looks like you're starting 3 running backs with Evans and Flowers at the flex. I would move Flowers in at wide receiver. I would move Deontay Johnson in at wide receiver. But I still think I got to put Evans in over Chase Brown. Oh, wait, that's Jamar Chase. Never mind, that's Jamar Chase. So it's Jamar Chase. Okay, so I'm going to go Cousins, Barkley, Walker, who already played, Jamar Chase, Flowers, I guess Muth. I don't want to play Njoku, and Deontay at the flex. I'm going to bench Evans for these wide receivers this week. I think you have better wide receivers this week.
There you go. I'm just curious, just wondering, is that Aaron Rodgers when it says Rodgers?
I think so.
It's a 10-team league, and you got Kirk Cousins and Anthony Richardson. Come on, Phil. Come on, Phil. You've been in here long enough. You should know better. If it's not a super flex league, you don't need 3 quarterbacks. You probably don't even need 2. But anyways, you can drop Aaron Rodgers with prejudice. All right. Alberto Reyes Behar, sit 2. Myers, Rico, Chase Brown, Olave, and Ridley. You sitting Olave with this group? Probably not.
No. I'm going to sit. I really want to sit Ridley. It is a good matchup for him, but man.
I mean, to take out the uncertainty, because we really let's face it, even though, okay, they're both good to go. They play Chase Brown, Zach Moss. We don't know. I want to be in on Chase Brown. I really thought Moss would be out. I'm okay just sitting Chase Brown here because we don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, I'm debating between the 2 running backs and Ridley. That's what my debate is right now. But Rico's been good even in tough matchups, and he catches passes, and he's in that Dallas offense. I might just sit Chase Brown and Ridley, honestly.
You're okay. You're okay sitting Ridley here. It's weird because I kind of feel good about D-Hop this week. I don't necessarily feel the same about Ridley. I don't know why. So let's just do that. Sit Brown and Ridley. Derek Gonzalez, Calvin Ridley. Bucky Irving, Tyrone Tracy, Downs, or Singletary. We're just picking one? I guess so.
Well, it's Bucky. Even over Downs, I'll play Bucky. It's just hard not to start a workhorse running back. Give me Bucky.
He's been really good. All right, Bucky it is, and then Pitts or Njoku.
I guess just go Pitts. Go Pitts. What are we getting from Njoku? Go Pitts.
Yeah, it's Njoku is not going to be on the injury report here. He's playing, but he played last week against the Commanders. Did nothing. I mean, just go Pitts and see if lightning strikes twice with him against the Panthers. Earth Eater, the vicious avatar. Start 1, flex 1. Just doesn't match. Sometimes the name and the picture don't match. Earth Eater. Connor Pollard Marv.
Oh man.
Let's go all Cardinal.
I mean, I really like Pollard this week. I'm honestly okay with Connor Pollard or Connor Marv, but it doesn't say if it's PPR. If it's full PPR, I'd probably go Connor Marvin Harrison reluctantly. If it's non PPR, I'll go the 2 running backs.
Yeah, that makes sense. If it's non PPR, go running backs. I'm leaning Connor Marv here for your 2. All right. I did talk about this on yesterday's video. What's your gut feel here with Drake May? Who's the number 1 target in this offense, and is it worth stashing?
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Polk is the guy I want to stash. Let's remember Kendrick Bourne coming off ACL injury. And Demario Douglas is just kind of like okay. So if I was going to stash one, I'd probably stash Polk, but I don't know how excited I am about Drake May necessarily. We'll see.
Yeah, not too excited. I mean, he's definitely more exciting than Jacoby Brissett, which isn't saying much.
Yep.
But yeah, if you have room, again, I'm not going out of my way to stash Polk, but I will say this: who could be the wide receiver 1 and probably should be pretty soon is Kendrick Bourne. Remember him? Yep, he's back. Yep. Only had 1 catch last week, but remember, this is his first game back after tearing ACL. He's going to be the number 1 receiver. Polk is going to be the more talented, better receiver long term, but I think right now Bourne is probably going to be it. So you can stash, but it's going to take time. OG, too much. Has a dilemma. Algier is it RB2? Okay, that's a dilemma. Should I trade for? No, you don't want to trade for Antonio Gibson.
No, and why? Like, did somebody drop Trey Sermon and now like OG too much? Why don't you have Trey Sermon already? But my first goal would be to fight for Trey Sermon on the waiver wire tonight.
Yes.
If you don't get Trey Sermon, just roll with Algier. It is the Panthers. He could score. Let's hope not, but he could.
Yeah, you should not have to trade for someone who's plucked off of waivers. I know it's a 14-teamer, but look, okay, let's say you don't get Sermon. If you get Sermon, easy. Is there anybody that might be on waivers in a 14-team league that you might like better than Algier? Because we got Algier here in like the desperation plays, which, of course, that's where you're at here. Gibson, same. He moved up, though. Justice Hill, Rashawn Johnson, Madison.
Braylon, who's Allen. On? Like who's? I mean, I don't.
These guys.
Yeah, maybe Rashawn Johnson's out there. Maybe. You
just go with Algier.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully he gets her. Zachary Mudd, that fun 11-team league, half PPR, need a lot.
All right.
Running back 2, wide receiver 2, and flex. Okay. Jones or Richardson?
All right, here I'll go Richardson.
Yes. Bucky or Javonte?
Definitely Bucky.
Downs, Jameson, or Tolbert?
Still going Downs here, but I'll flex Jameson.
Here you go. Easy. Alex Stevens, Bateman, or Michael Wilson?
I kind of do like Michael Wilson this week, but I kind of also like Bateman this week. I might go Bateman, honestly.
I think I might go Bateman too. Gets Washington, right?
Yep.
There you go. Bateman it is. Marcus Jones, bench. Josh Allen for Daniel Jones. Never thought I would have that question.
Right. Never thought we'd even have to field this question. I'm not doing this. Not there yet.
No. Derek Gonzalez again. Richardson or Murray?
Murray. Give me Murray. Definitely Murray here.
Murray. John Muas, half PPR. Sit to between one of the Jay Williams. Reed, Smith, Shaheed, Hubbard.
I'm sitting Shaheed and one of the Jay Williamses here. I feel good enough about Reed Smith. I feel like they're almost locks. And Chuba, I feel like it's just tough to bench him right now. So I'm sitting whatever Jay Williams that is and Shaheed.
Yep. Easy agree there. Thick Fingers is flexing 2 leagues, both 12-team PPR. Braylon or Bigsby?
I think you got to go Bigsby right now.
Yeah. All right. Now, I said yes to Rashad Bateman before. Can you say yes to Rashad Bateman over Christian Watson?
Yeah, I'm not. Even if Christian Watson plays, I'm not putting him on my lineup so he can limp off the field after one series or something. Nah, just give me Bateman.
Yeah. And then why are NFL players made of glass this year? Speaking of Christian Watson.
It's certainly been a rough injury year. Yes, it has.
Yeah. They can't all have thick fingers. Hawaiian Ryan, pick 3. DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin, Chris Olave.
Well, here I can pretty easily bench Olave. I feel good enough about the other 3. Let's not risk it with Spencer Rattler.
Right. That's exactly it. Feel good about the first 3. Just eliminate your risk here. Jake the Snake. All right. Could you start one of these tight ends, Kraft, Laporta, over Trey Sermon?
I don't think so.
But which one?
Yeah.
Love the
with everybody back potentially, that certainly should hurt Kraft. But man, Kraft's been so good. I don't know. I think maybe I'm a sucker, but I think I still got to go Sam Laporta, Sermon and Laporta for me.
I will say this. I mean, Detroit's coming off their bye, right? Detroit, you figure they're going to scheme some ways. They'll be prepared for this game a little bit better. They'll scheme some ways to get Laporta more involved, I would think. I mean, this is really a toss-up, but I think based on the Packers getting those receivers back, maybe that gives the edge back to Laporta. But this, again, just reinforces why it was probably not worth drafting a tight end, like, at all.
Yeah.
Like, not even early, just at all, period. Just don't even draft him. Is Daniel Jones a good start?
Yeah, he's fine.
Good. Okay, in Superflex, he's good. In single QB, he's startable if you need a quarterback. Yeah. AD. Pick one, Etienne, Sermon, or Tracy.
Can I really bench Etienne for Sermon? Let me look. Oh, man.
I know. I mean, look, if Singletary is completely out, Tracy does become super interesting, and maybe he's just the pick. But again, my gut's telling me Singletary is trending towards playing. That's what they keep saying. I'm not going to assume he's out. I think right now I'm just taking what Sermon gives me, because the thing with Etienne is not only is he splitting time with Tank Bigsby, he's taking a backseat to Tank Bigsby. And Trey Sermon is probably getting the backfield pretty much all to himself. I know Goodson gets a few carries, but whatever. I think I like Sermon better.
This one's okay, fine. I guess go Sermon, but man.
And then, do you think Slayton will repeat?
That's he could.
Question.
He could. I don't know. It's not the worst. It's not the worst matchup for Slayton. I don't know who's going to get. Actually, there's nobody really worries me in that secondary. So he could.
He's startable. He is startable. All right, Nick. Bucky or Dobbins?
Ooh, this is a lot closer than it should be. I don't know. Maybe I'm irrationally high on Bucky this week, but I'm going to go Bucky.
Yeah, Boomer says it's not possible to be irrationally high on Bucky because it's very irrational. So, yeah, I'll go Bucky too. Johnny Camarena. What's up, Johnny? What about Josh Allen or CJ Stroud?
Give me Josh Allen. I don't even feel like fantastic about CJ Stroud this week with Nico out.
Right.
Give me Josh Allen.
Exactly. I think that pushes it back to Allen. Look, it's probably not going to be Josh Allen's best game. I mean, I don't know. Can he do worse than last week? Probably not. It's not going to be a great week, but I do feel better about Allen Pick 2, Keenan Allen, Calvin Ridley, Mike Evans, or is that AJ Brown?
Well, I hope not.
I mean, these are all receivers.
If that's okay, if it's AJ Brown, it's AJ Brown and Evans.
Yeah.
If it's not AJ Brown, I'm going Evans and I don't know, probably just Keenan, I guess.
Yeah, I can't think any other Brown to be besides Chase Brown, but these are all receivers, so I'm going to assume it's AJ Brown and go AJ Brown and Evans. If it's Chase Brown, yeah, then don't go Chase Brown. Elmer Sanchez, did I screw up? And traded DK and Mason. This feels like a rage trade after Thursday night. DK and Mason and BTJ for Nico and Bijan.
I mean, I can't say you messed up. You got Nico and Bijan, but of course, you're not going to have Nico for 4 more games. But we don't know. I mean, we don't even know if Mason's going to play next week. And then we don't even know when we're going to see CMC. It's like, I don't think you messed up here. You might regret it in the short term, but I don't think you messed up.
I mean, if Nico comes back in the minimum and is full strength, I like this trade for you. I think this is good. Because Mason could be, I mean, this is the time to trade Mason was before Thursday, ideally, but it's still a good time to trade whatever you can get for Mason. I like this trade, actually. Because you only start 2 receivers. Yeah, you can get by here. Higgins, Kirk. I guess Higgins and Kirk this week. Bijan, Kamara. You probably just flex Bucky, I guess, this week.
Yeah, Higgins, Kirk, Bijan, Kamara. Yeah, I would flex Bucky over Tolbert, Trey Tucker. Yeah.
All right. There you go. No, I think that's a good trade. All right, Connor Teratola. 2 trades. Kelsey and Smitty for Neighbors.
Honestly, I think I just want Kelsey and Smitty at this point.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, Kelsey all of a sudden seems pretty valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, Kelsey and Connor for Neighbors and Chase. Oh, Chase Brown. Chase Brown.
I mean, you say you have Bowers, so I think that one's closer. I think I like that one a little bit more because at least you're getting Chase Brown back. And you already have Bowers. So I think I'm okay with that second one to get Neighbors, but not that first one.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Dobbins, Shaheed, or Tolbert in the flex, full PPR. I think I got to go Dobbins here unless you want to like risk it with Tolbert. But Dobbins, it's not a terrible spot for Dobbins this week. Look, they just said Gus Edwards now on IR. So unless you think Kimani Vidal is going to come in and take a bunch of touches from Dobbins, which I doubt, I think I got to go Dobbins here.
Yeah, Tolbert's interesting, but let's still go with the sure thing in Dobbins. Agree. Johnny with another one. Johnny Camarena. Well, no. Is this the same or is this different? I feel like it's a little different. Burrow, Stroud. We said Burrow. Yeah, this is different. Sorry.
Last time it was Josh Allen or Stroud. Burrow, definitely Burrow over Stroud. And then Godwin and Moore. And then I know, okay, I'm not this irrationally high on Bucky. I'm still going Jacobs over Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky, a very strong start, but you're not going to sit Jacobs for him. Agree. Daniel Hart, Amari Cooper, or Romo Dunze?
I mean, these are both boom bust guys. Just give me Romo Dunze in a great matchup, not having to play with Deshaun Watson.
There you go. And Jesus, welcome back. Jesus, what's up? Here are the rest of the starters. Chase Brown is in there. Harrison, BTJ, Garrett Wilson, Ferguson on the bench. Is that Devontae Smith on the bench? No. You want to start Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I would put Devonta Smith in over Brian Thomas Jr.
Downs over anybody?
I don't think I could put Downs in over Garrett Wilson. But Devonta Smith over Brian Thomas. Yeah, Chase Brown, fine.
All right. Scuba Steve won last week, 3-2. All right. Traded Evans, Madison, and likely for Olave and Hall. Nice.
Yeah, that's a big win. That's a big win. Big win.
That's buying low on Brees Hall. And
Olave. Buying low on both.
And well, that's true. Hey, Olave, this is the time because Carr's going to miss. We already know confirmed multiple weeks. Like they've said a couple, 2 to 3 weeks? Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Go out and get Olave because people cannot see beyond like the here and now and this week. Like, I can't start Olave. And look, maybe you don't want to start Olave this week. Go and buy Olave because either A, Derek Carr comes back and that's the same, or B, Spencer Rattler's good and all of a sudden Olave still has value. Go buy low on Olave. Low being the key. Best life martial arts. All right. 10 team. Got Mahomes, Brees, Walker, CD Cup, Debo, Njoku on the bench. His cousins, Godwin, Juju, Javonte, Javonte Williams, Bucky, Braylon Allen, Justice Hill. Would you make any moves or hold?
I don't think you really need to make any moves. I mean, if you want, you could try to sell high on Debo right now because you should have Cup coming back next week. Yeah, you could try to sell high on Debo, but I mean, what? I mean, you could maybe try to package like Debo and Bucky, who has a lot of value right now, of course. But I don't even know what you upgrade at. Wide receiver, I guess. Maybe try to get a better wide receiver, like a less frustrating wide receiver. Like, meaning a wide receiver not on the 49ers.
Yeah, I think you got Godwin on the bench. Actually, I'm not even sure. Well, I mean, obviously this week you're starting him because you can't start Cup. Oh, this team looks pretty solid. I know it's 10-teamer, but I don't feel like this team has to do anything. I mean, I'm fine holding here, but well, I don't know.
What if you could trade Debo and Bucky for Drake London?
Sure, you can upgrade. You could always do that.
Tyreek Hill.
Well, there you go. Look, if you can buy low on guys like that, where we talked about a couple, always try to buy low. There you go. And Devontae Smith, a lot of people still got him on the bench. Look at this. On waivers, just because.
Why?
Don't know. All right, Dustin Forsberg starts it. Ford Moss, Rashawn Johnson, Lamb, DJ Moore, Murray Cooper, Josh Downs, Olave. Okay, well, we don't know how many.
All right, well, I'll just assume 2-2-1. Moss. I don't know. Rashawn, I guess, because it's the Panthers. Moss and Rashawn. Lamb, DJ Moore, and then I probably just flex Downs. Man, not being able to play Olave, so I don't know. Moss and Rashawn, Lamb, DJ Moore, Downs.
Yeah, that third receiver / flex is tough, but you really want to get burned by Cooper again. Okay, Olave is just super risky. I don't think Pittman either plays or is full go, so I'm okay with Downs. All right, let's do a couple of. We're still catching up to super chats, by the way. So hang tight. If you did super chat, we're gonna get to you. No worries. Let's do a couple of quick non-super chats to make sure we don't leave too many people out. Spearsy, what is up? Spearsy's always here. In a pickle. Would you go with Bucky Irving, Chase Brown, or Javonte? Got to pick two.
Well, Bucky Irving for sure. This would have clearly been Chase Brown. I wish Javonte had a better matchup, but it's not like the It's not like the Bengals running backs have a great matchup. I might still go Javonte here. I think I'm going Bucky and Javonte.
Yeah, definitely Bucky. I want it to be Chase Brown, but probably Javante's a safer pick. What about Phil Sanon, aka Phil? Olave or Dobbs?
I'm still going Olave here. Still going Olave. What are we getting from Dobbs? Give me Olave.
Yes, definitely Olave in this case. Consider Olave for certain players, not Dobbs. All right, how about another Dobbs question? Ray, Rob, Tolbert, Dobbs, or perhaps Ray McLeod?
Ray McLeod, interesting this week. Honestly, he has a great matchup as far as individual matchup goes, but so does Jalen Tolbert, and I just think he has more upside against this Lions secondary. I'm going to go Tolbert.
Yeah, don't need to trust. There's squeaky wheel, and then there's whiny. I don't think they're all like, "Hey, we have to get Romeo Dobbs 10 targets this game." I don't think that's how it's going to play out. Let's go Tolbert here. All right, what about Sebastian Johnson, James Cook, or Braylon Allen?
Here I'll risk it with James Cook. I mean, worst case, I'll pivot to Ty Johnson.
But they're both Monday night, so you should definitely know about Cook before kickoff here. So
that's right. Yeah.
Cook doesn't play, you just go Braylon Allen, but put Cook in there. Like if you're assuming they both play. All right, Anthony Terry, Murray or Goff?
Murray. Give me Murray.
Give me Murray too. All right, we'll keep going with super chats, but reminder, if you didn't super chat and didn't get your question answered or don't get your question answered, or you got questions afterwards, or you just like to be able to ask us questions at any time, even if it's not a live stream, we have an app for that. It's called Draft Lane. This is our app. It connects you directly with us. That's it. It's the two of us, Chris and Pierre. You ask a question, one of us will answer it. That's how it works. Starts it, waiver, trade, or more. Anything fantasy football related, just download the app, sign in, sync your sleeper and Yahoo leagues with it. You can see your league's records, standings. You can see all sorts of things. And we get to see your, if you ask a trade question, for example, or a waiver question, we get to see your roster. We get to see your league's waiver wire. It's very helpful. It's very nice. So try it out if you haven't already. Draft Lane. It's the app that gets you in touch with us. But let's get to the super chats.
All right, give me 1 second here. I'll be right back.
All right, so let's get to the rest of the super chats here. Zio in a PPR league with one QB. I saw this question earlier, and it wasn't a super chat thing, but I conveniently ignored it because I don't want to answer it. Jalen Hurts or Jaden Daniels? Let's skip that and go back to it. Okay, so RB1, James Conner. To Tank Bigsby or Bucky Irving? Well, I think you got to go Bucky Irving. Like Bucky Irving's getting the backfield to himself. He's been good. So that's easy. It's Bucky Irving. In the flex spot, I really don't feel good about Pittman, even if he plays, which again, I don't expect. I would just go Wicks. Either way, even if Pittman's active, I'm just going Wicks. As far as the Hurts-Daniels thing, I think I still got to go Hurts because, look, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are back. Hurts is still a stud. He will still run just like Jaden Daniels does. I know it's a good matchup for JD. I know it's hard not to play JD, but you got Jalen Hurts. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. I think Chris would probably generally say that too, but I'll ask when he gets back. Scented Army, welcome back. Start 3 and sit 1. Deontay, probably Garrett Wilson, Cooper Olave. Sit 1, well, you can't feel great any given week about Cooper, but he does get you something. I think you just do exactly what you said. Just don't take the risk. Look, maybe Olave does get fed targets. Maybe he has a good game like usual, but you're eliminating the risk here. Just sit Olave. It's not like Cooper is risk-free either, but I think it still just makes the most sense. Just take the risk-free approach here. Sit Olave. What about Troy Black? Pick one. Probably Javonte Williams, since these are running backs. Chase Brown or Gibson. Going Gibby.
Maybe. It's him or Javonte for me. I guess Gibson. Okay, but man, Javante's actually been good, like real life good the last few weeks. But
The
it
thing
is a tough
is,
matchup.
I
So
don't
maybe
feel
Gibson.
good at the matchup. It's the Chargers run defense. I'd rather
maybe
play that.
Gibson. Maybe Gibson.
Yeah, I'm just going. I love Gibson this week, but I wish I could just say it's Chase Brown. It's not. It's not that easy. But real quick, back here to Zio. The running back and the flex thing, they're easy, but could you go Jalen Hurts or Jaden Daniels? Could you go JD here, or is it still Hurts?
I might go JD. Again, he's a rookie. This could be the week where everybody's like, oh, that's right, he's a rookie. But this game projects to be a high-scoring game with a lot of passing, so I'll go JD.
All right. See, I'm glad I went back to this. I had said if it's me, I'm probably still going Hurts, but this is close either way. I mean, you're getting a stud quarterback with a ton of upside, no matter what. So I don't know if there's a bad pick here.
Right.
All right, Daniel Whitmore in a 10-team half PPR needs 2, 3, and a flex. Oh, okay. Got offered. Give JT and Dobbins, get Hall, Pittman, and Javonte.
I think you got to take this just to get Hall. We still don't know when JT's coming back. We don't know if the ankle is going to affect him. I think I take this just to get Brees, honestly.
Well, JT and Brees, okay, those are both RB1s. Let's say that's fairly even. JT has been better, but of course JT has been hurt. But then basically you're giving up Dobbins to get Pittman, who even if he doesn't play this week, is still startable every week. And then Javonte has depth. Yeah, let's do that. All right. There you go. And he has great receivers. All right. Even better. Easy Vanya. AR is playing. Yes. Downs, Myers, Bigsby.
I'm still going Downs here. I still like Downs this week. I'm going Downs. Myers is okay too. If you're worried about Anthony Richardson, I like Myers a lot too. If you want to go Myers.
Yeah, I still feel fine with Downs. Richardson will still target him. He'll still throw the ball. Remember, they don't have Jonathan Taylor again. They're going to have to throw the ball. Eliam, Joe Mixon, or Bucky Irving?
Oh, man. I think if Mixon plays, I still have to go Mixon.
Yeah. It would be hard not to play Mixon if he's back in, right?
Yep.
And you got to think also in that offense with the Texans, number one, Nico Collins out. Okay, if they get Mixon back, they're probably going to go back to running the ball a little bit more. But also it's the Patriots with a rookie quarterback making his first start. I think they might be able to establish the run. You know, they'll not be challenged too hard. It's possible. Who knows? Yeah, if Mixon is a full go, I think it's still Mixon. Vinny, what is up? Vinny Vargas, 16-teamer. Ingram is questionable. Okay, so if Ingram doesn't play, we're going Ertz here, right?
Yeah, if Ingram's out, we're going Ertz. But the report we just saw was he's supposed to play, so.
Right. Okay. Bullman is saying he's asking if we can increase the character limit in Draft Lane because sometimes he wants to write a novel. I hate to tell you, this is why there's a character limit in Draft Lane.
Yeah.
We don't have time to read novels. No offense, but keep it. Maybe we can extend it a little bit. All right. Professor. I almost got sucked into reading that, but I did not.
Oh boy. All right.
We'll just call you the professor. Nice try. This is like the doctor we have in our Discord, right? Doctor.
Yes.
All right, Professor. Rate my team. 10 team, 3 receivers, 2 flex, Burrow, Lamb, Harrison, Wandale, Higgins, Odunze, Nico, Pacheco, Walker, Connor. A lot of running backs here. Jacobs, Eckler, Bigsby, Laporta, and Ferguson. Okay, should you trade Jacobs and Connor for Kyron?
I think that's too much for Kyron.
Yeah.
Too much for Kyron. As far as the team, this team, I mean, yeah, injuries have definitely hurt this team with Collins and Pacheco out. but it's still a good team. I mean, Lamb and Harrison, Higgins, Odunze, Collins when he's healthy, Walker, Connor, Jacobs, Laporta. Yeah, say like an 8-5. It's a good team, even for a 10-teamer.
Yeah, that trade seems like too much, especially in a 10-teamers. But yeah, you do have a lot of good talent here. So very good. 8-5. All right. Martin Orlando, Dobbins, you're told.
I feel like we kind of had this, but I feel like Dobbins is probably your best bet here. Tolbert is your risky upside play, but Dobbins is probably your best bet. All right.
Big season production. Start taking Slayton or Sermon.
Oh man, am I really flexing Sermon over Pickens? I think I might. I might just go Sermon this week. Just go Sermon. Don't risk it with Pickens. Just go Sermon.
Yeah, Sermon's fine here. Those other two have upside, but downside too. Thanos 211. Kirk, like Captain Kirk, or Hurts?
Hurts. Here I can definitely go Hurts. Getting his weapons back, he should be great. Going Hurts.
There it is.
Yep.
Poncho, Ertz or Andrews?
Ertz. I do not want to start Mark Andrews. No thanks. Give me Ertz.
Not Andrews.
Murray. Why are people? I mean, I guess I kind of understand this question because Kirk Cousins just threw for 500 yards, so I get it. But like Murray was great last week. He runs. Go on, Murray.
Yeah, might not be a huge Kirk Cousins one. Hams, pick 2.
I think you got to start Monty. You know, with James Cook being questionable on Monday night, I might just start Pollard. I feel good enough about Pollard. I think I'm going to go Monty and Pollard.
Over Bucky, huh? Not loving Bucky?
Wow, I can't start him over those guys.
Monty pretty much need to start. I know it's tough with Cook. You should be Cook here, but maybe don't risk it because the matchup as well. It's the Jets. It's not great. Might not be a high-scoring game. I don't know. I want to lean Bucky, to be honest. Again, maybe I'm getting irrationally high on him as well at this point because I know he's going to get the backfield to himself. It's not a great matchup for him with the Saints, but what if they're running ahead and they can just sit back and run the ball with Bucky? I don't know. I might go Bucky. Bucky Pollard is close. I mean, all of them are close, honestly. What about dropping Addison for Sutton?
I don't think so. I
think Addison still has more upside in that offense.
We just got word Brian Robinson officially out.
Well, that's nice. Nice to know. Not good, but it's nice to know. All right, there you go. Anybody's got B-Rob, you can sit him. Tyler Trowbridge is back. Fields or Goff?
Just give me Goff. Goff should be fine this week. Don't have to risk it with Fields. If he's terrible in the first half, we see Russ in the second half or something. Give me Goff.
Guys, and we got several questions like on the Draft Lane app this week, Fields or whatever. It's almost always not Fields. Some people are asking me waiver questions. You know, you can drop Fields. You can drop Justin Fields. You will not You will not feel it.
You know what I think is going on? I'm seeing a lot of Fields hype in like articles and videos and stuff because
Really?
well, because of the matchup this week against the Raiders. So I think that's why people are still. I mean, maybe I don't know because it's not like Field. I mean, you take that Colts game out and nobody's excited about Fields right now. So I can only guess that's what it is, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's something else.
I'm not excited about Fields. I don't know. Goff is easily the answer here, and if I have Fields, which I don't. Well, okay, that's not true. I haven't been in one league that's super flex, but no. All right, Stephen Cotto. Flex Wandale Flowers down Zora Dunze.
Steven, the disrespect and insult to Zay Flowers here. It's Zay Flowers.
Easily Zay Flowers. All right, needs a running back for next week.
Next week, already looking ahead to next week. I mean Mason if he plays. I don't even know who do the Bears play next week? This is really for week 7?
I don't think we can answer this just yet.
Yeah, that's true. Because we don't what if Swift gets hurt? I don't want to say that, but
just wait.
Yeah.
Wait for waivers. Yes, just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. All right, here's Brendan Boykin. Remember, he dropped a super chat earlier. So here's the question: Kyler or Allen?
Still got to go Allen. Still going Allen.
Yeah, this one's closer. I will say that. But again, you don't need to bench Josh Allen necessarily. What about Ingram or Kraft if Ingram plays?
I'd probably just go Kraft. Don't even risk it with Ingram. Just go Kraft.
Yeah, because of the physical issue with Ingram. Even if he does play, he's a solid start over most tight ends. But in this case, just go with Kraft. And then this one is super easy, even though I would not like to start Najee. B-Rob is out.
Yep.
All right, what about Bertrand? 850. 4. Sermon, Eckler, Ridley, Kirk, Sutton, Dobbs, or Cooper?
I'm benching. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to bench 3 of these guys. I'm benching Dobbs. I'm benching Sutton. And I'm benching Ridley. Dobbs, Sutton, and Ridley. I'm playing
Dobbs,
Sermon. I'm definitely playing Eckler now with Brian Robinson out. I'm playing Kirk. I'm gonna go with the upside of gamble on the upside of Cooper.
Yeah, Eckler, even though I know we've been saying, well, that Baltimore run defense, but remember, Eckler is really more of a pass catcher. That's his thing. So I don't think it hurts him as much as a guy like B-Rob. So, yeah, I'm going to agree with all of those. All right. Sandy McMurray dropped a little super chat. We'll see if there's a question, but let's keep going here. Oh, wait, never mind. It's there. All right, Sandy. Love or Murray? Get someone else. I don't think you're going to find someone better.
Yeah. Is there some? I mean, if there's somebody better, like if Jalen Hurts or somebody's out there, go for it. But I doubt it. Just gonna go Murray.
There you go. Murray it is. JPC 123. Giants running backs. I don't know. I guess you got both. Or Spears. Drop other for Michael Wilson, Judy, or Leggett.
I'll just. If Devin Singletary plays, I'll probably just go Spears. It's a good matchup for the Titans running backs. If Singletary is out, I'll go Tracy.
Right. If this really depends. Again, we don't know exactly how this backfield's going to look. It'd be nice if only one of them was playing, but if they're both in the mix, just go Spears. I don't know. I made the mistake of being in on Judy last week. Can't be in on Judy probably ever again. I don't know. Unless, look, maybe there's a path. Okay, let's say hypothetically Amari Cooper gets traded and Deshaun Watson gets benched. Okay, fine. But otherwise, I should have known better. Roberto Lopez in standard, pick 1. Sermon or Bucky?
I'm going to go Bucky here. I'm going to go Bucky over Sermon.
Yep. I like Bucky. Should I pick up Kareem Hunt or Mostert or Brooks?
I mean, probably should just pick up Kareem Hunt at this point. The dude was a workhorse. Just pick up Kareem Hunt at this point.
I think we reluctantly have to kind of be in on Dream Hunt here. Just pick him up. Okay, it's standard as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Pick him up. All right, but you do have Bucky. That's nice. Nice to have him. All right, next is JB. Which running back would you stash? Corum, Warren, Gus Edwards?
Is that Gus Bus? Definitely not Gus Bus. Plus, he just got put on IR. They just put him on IR. Right. I definitely think it's got to be Corum. It's got to be Corum. He's got the most upside if something should happen to Kyron.
Yeah, it's Corum for sure here. Definitely Corum. Not interested in either of the other two. I'm holding on to D-Hop.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Let's see. We got Bobby Brook. He's back. Pick 4. Running back, 2 receivers, and a flex from Bijan Jacobs, Garrett Wilson, Jaden Reed, Zay Flowers, Terry McLaurin, Wanda Robinson.
All right, Bijan at running back, Reed and Flowers at wide receiver, and I'm just gonna flex Josh. Oh, it's PPR. I'm gonna flex Terry McLaurin. I like the upside there, so I'm gonna go Bijan, Reed, Flowers, Terry.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Garrett Wilson's fine to start, but I'm not feeling a big game from him just because he had one last week. Wandale is definitely last on this list. I like Terry. Terry could have a big game. All right, this one is it's deep. Alex B, a 16-teamer. Jalen Polk, Braylon Allen.
Give me Braylon Allen. The Jets get the Bills. That run defense is bad. Give me Allen.
This is the kind of league where, yes, you have Polk and you ideally stash him. I mean, I know you're saying flex, so obviously you got players who are hurt or on bye. I'm not ready to start Jalen Polk, even in a 16-teamer. So just get what you get from Braylon Allen. Mr. Dykers, 2 flex. Keenan Allen, Leggett, or Sutton? Who sits?
I think Leggett's got to sit here. Got to sit Leggett. Keenan Sutton should be fine.
Yeah, Sutton the best choice. Allen does get that Jacksonville defense, so he's in a better spot. All right, Kyle, because Kyle's always with us, and he's a Dolphins fan. Gibson or Deontay Johnson?
Deontay. I know Gibson's going to be the lead back here, but I feel good enough about Deontay that I don't need to risk it with Gibson. Give me Deontay.
Yeah, Deontay still good here. Dustin Forsberg traded Moss for Dowdle. Good?
Fine. I don't hate it. I mean, I probably prefer Dowdle the rest of the season because his only competition is Dusty Zeke. Moss does have competition from Chase Brown, so yeah, I'd probably prefer Dowdle.
Yeah, I think it's fine because Dowdle at least is now finally the RB1. Moss is still kind of splitting carries here. All right, Alberto Reyes Behar with another. Myers or Olave?
I might just go Myers, honestly. I feel good enough about Myers, even with Aiden O'Connell. Like, we've seen Myers with Aiden O'Connell. It's fine. Like, I don't think it's any different than Gardner Minshew. Except maybe he can actually get the ball down the field a little bit more. So I think I'm sadly just gonna go Myers here.
Eliminate the risk. But also, what really is Olave's upside? I mean, come on. He could, right? Sure. He could hit on a long touchdown. Or he could not. Jody Bedard, good afternoon. 18. Already played Mason. That's fine. Hubbard or Tank Bigsby?
I think he's still got to go Chuba.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no reason not to start Chuba the way he's been going. Burrow or Mayfield?
Burrow. Definitely Burrow.
Yeah. All right, Humberto, what's up? Both of his running backs are on bye, so we need 2 between Chase Brown, Sermon, or Gibson.
I think I'm just going to go Sermon and Gibson, honestly. I wish I could say Chase Brown. Gonna go Sermon and Gibson.
Yep, Sermon and Gibson. Felix LeBron, what is up? To Flex, Irving, Bigsby, Tracy, Downs, McConkey.
I'm going Irving and Downs unless Devin Singletary is out. Well, I don't know. Do I? I think I'm going to go Irving and Downs either way. Irving and Downs.
Yeah, those are two strong bets. Yeah, even if Singletary's out, Tracy, it's good start, but I don't know that I like him better than Bucky. I'll go Bucky and Downs as well. Lucky Dent is in the house. Could you take a gamble on Tank Dell, Shaheed, or Myers over Evans this week? Probably not Shaheed.
I don't know. I think if it's me, I'm still going Evans over these guys. It's not like these guys are bust proof here. I'm just still going Evans.
Yeah, if you want to gamble, I mean, you could gamble on Tank Dell. Like, he should do something, and I think he might do better than Evans. If it's me, maybe I will take the gamble on Tank because I want upside, right? But I don't think I'm going to drop one for those players though. Tyler Sperry, Rashawn Johnson, Gibson, Braylon Allen, and then Lover Hurts.
I'm going to go Gibson as a starting running back there in New England, and then I got to go Hurts still. Hurts should be very, very good this week.
There's no reason not to start Hurts. Start Hurts. So people forgot the Eagles exist. Like Devontae Smith, the drop him, Jalen Hurts. What? Yeah, it's Hurts here. And Gibson as well. All right, let's get to Tyler Nelson. 3 of these guys: Diggs, Garrett Wilson, Harrison, or Mooney.
I think you got to go Diggs. I think you probably go Harrison. Wilson or Mooney. Can I really start Mooney? I don't think. I think I'm still going Garrett Wilson. I don't think I'm ready to put Mooney in over Wilson.
It's tough. I'll go the first 3 as well. First 3. Okay, let's do Ismail. Thank you, Ismail. Appreciate that. Wondering, should I trade Tyreek for Ayuk and Aaron Jones?
You want a wide receiver that has had one good game this year and a running back that's injured? Just keep Tyreek. Look, you got one more week next year one more game next week of bad Tyreek, and then Tua should be back. I think I just hold Tyreek here.
Yeah, this is not the time to trade away Tyreek. This is the time to trade forward. Now, I would rather have Tyreek. Okay, and then or JK or CMC. Ayuk and CMC.
I mean, but I still just want Tyreek. Like, why take on the risk with CMC? Just keep Tyreek. Tua is supposed to be back in week 8. I have no reason he wouldn't be. And then we should get good Tyreek again.
Right. All right. And so then there's more. It says got London, Godwin, Wandale, Shaheed. Running backs are Mason, Connor, Chase Brown, Mahomes, and Fields. If this is a single quarterback league, I'm going to say here, start Fields or Jones. Well, I guess you do need a quarterback because Mahomes is on bye. I don't know. I would go with Jones.
Yeah, I would go Jones too. One thing I'll say here, though, looking at because I know you're trying to get running back. If the other guy has CMC, why don't you try to trade like Jordan Mason for Aaron Jones?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, you already played Jordan Mason. I assume the trade shouldn't go through till next week, so you can still get Jordan Mason's points. Hopefully, Aaron Jones back next week after the bye. Why don't you just say, hey, you got CMC, I'll trade you Jordan Mason for Aaron Jones or J.K. Dobbins. Although I'd much prefer Aaron Jones.
Yeah, then look, you stream a quarterback this week, like Jones, and then after this week, you can drop Fields or whoever your backup quarterback was. Maybe Mahomes will be fine. All right, I think that's everything here, right? Okay, go to Mikey J. Give me a minute. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay, we got half PPR, Tank Dell or Mooney this week, and rest of the season. I think I got to go Mooney on both of these. I think I'm going to go Mooney on both, honestly. He gets the Panthers this week. I know we want Tank Dell. We want it to be a thing. But Mooney's already been a thing. So give me Mooney. Give me Mooney. All right, Nathan, Tank Bigsby, Rashid Shaheed, DeAndre Hopkins for flex. I think I just go Tank, honestly. I don't know. Pierre's feeling D-Hop this week. I'm just not feeling any wide receiver in that offense. Shaheed with Rattler. Let's see. I'm just going to go Tank Bigsby. Good luck, Nathan. All right, Pierre, I'm sure it'd be very sad to know he is not here to announce the arrival of the Libertarian Sasquatch. Chase Brown or J.K. Dobbins full PPR. I think you got to go Dobbins. Now that we know Zach Moss is good to go and playing, that does put a damper on Chase Brown. Also, Chase Brown dealing with an injury now, which, okay. Gus Edwards on IR. I'm just going to go J.K. Dobbins here. Even in a bit of a tough matchup, I'm going to go J.K. Dobbins. Good luck, Libertarian Sasquatch. All right, Mark. Oh, you just missed. Okay, well, here, because I know you will be crushed to learn that you missed Libertarian Sasquatch. So
my favorite.
I told you I said his favorite. So I'll give you a chance to answer his question here. Chase Brown or J.K. Dobbins full PPR?
Yeah. This has changed as the week has gone on. I think I'm gonna have to go J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, that's what I said. J.K. Dobbins.
All right.
But at least you got to answer Libertarian Sasquatch's question.
Like, if you're not sure who to vote for a month from now, just vote Libertarian Sasquatch.
Exactly. I would if Libertarian Sasquatch was on the ballot, I would 100% vote for him. 100%.
No matter what he's running for, I don't care what office.
Yeah, exactly. You get my vote. You get my vote. 100%.
All right. And then Mark, do we do Marks?
No, I was just about to do Marks when you sat down. So
needs 2 receivers and 3 flex.
All right. You got to start AJ Brown. You got to start Flowers this week. I think with 3 flexes, I'm still going Brian Thomas. Two more flexes. I think I'm going Tank and Gibson, although I will say, like, Tolbert is very interesting in full PPR. I don't know. I might go Tank and Tolbert.
I think that's,
or even Tolbert Gibson. Those 3 are tough. That's where I'm stuck. Tolbert, Bigsby, Gibson for the last 2.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 receivers are easily the first 2. Flex, you said Thomas. I think Tolbert. I think I would put Tolbert. It's just the last one, either Tank or Gibson. Sutton, I don't know. Maybe Sutton gives you a little bit, but it's more of a floor.
Yeah.
Tank or Gibson. I mean, I guess Gibson gets more touches, right? Because Ramondre's out. Yeah, maybe I'll go Gibson here. Just because it's not a great matchup for the Jacksonville running game. Brother Pickle, welcome. In PPR with a tight end premium, Njoku, Ingram, or Conklin.
Yeah, just give me Ingram here. Like, Conklin is okay, but I'll just take whatever Ingram gives me.
If Ingram plays, he should be the strongest start here now. Are you flexing one of those tight ends, Michael Wilson, Chase Brown, or Tyrone Tracy?
I'm going Tracy if Singletary is out. Otherwise, I'm probably going Chase Brown here. I mean, even if Conklin gets you 5 catches, what is that? An extra 2.5 points? That's not enough for me. So Tracy if Singletary is out. Otherwise, I'd probably go Chase Brown.
There you go. Makes sense. Felix LeBron, Mason and Cup, or Collins. One of those injured receivers. Mason and either Cup or Collins for K9 feels like too much.
Yeah. I mean, I might do Mason and Cup if you really need a running back. Because again, we don't know how much longer Mason has, and we still like how long is Cup going to stay healthy for? How good is Cup going to be? What about when Puka comes back? I might do Mason and Cup for Walker, but that's close. But not Collins, not Nico.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think long term here. This is a good time to trade Mason, and yeah, it does make sense to get K9, especially Seattle been disappointing the last couple of games, but K9 hasn't been. So like maybe, yeah, Mason and Cup, but I still feel like maybe you get something else with Walker. Could try that. Nathan Bradkey, Fields or Mayfield?
Mayfield. I'm going Baker. Even a tough matchup. Give me Baker.
Definitely Baker here. Hopkins or Bigsby?
I'm going Bigsby, but I think I'm just lower on Hopkins than you are.
You definitely are. And I'm probably too high. I would try D-Hop this week just because it's the Colts. Short season, is Mixon worth getting for Garrett Wilson and Etienne? I don't know. Again, I feel like that's too much.
I do too, but then we got to think about Etienne. Like Etienne's role is decreasing. There's still a chance Devontae Adams is a Jet.
Right. No, I'm fine trading Etienne. So what his question here, he says, what's the worst running back you would trade for those two? Like, how low can we go if we're trading Garrett Wilson and Etienne?
Yeah, I mean, that probably is too low.
I mean, you think you get James Cook since he's questionable this week? I don't know.
I mean, I definitely think you could get James Cook. Maybe Walker. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Walker.
I would say I don't think you have to go lower than this. Even with Mixon, I'm like, if you're saying the worst, I think Mixon is kind of where I draw the line. You might want to shoot higher to buy low on a running back. Don't know how competitive your league is in terms of trades. Some people might be like, oh, yeah, here's Breece Hall for him. Some people might be like, I'll give you Chuba Hubbard. It really depends. But I wouldn't go lower than that.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd take Mixon, honestly. It's yeah.
All right. Ryan Gracie, Laporta or Pitts?
Still gonna go Laporta. I'm not gonna chase. Again, let's not forget, Kirk Cousins threw for 530 yards, and Pitts still only had 88 of them. It wasn't like you know what I mean. It wasn't like Pitts lit it up that game. I'm still going Laporta.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. Laporta will do something at some point. Maybe. Bucky or Jerome Ford? It's got to be Bucky, doesn't it?
Got to be Bucky here. Got to be Bucky.
Yeah. All right. Come on. All right. Let's do this. I see a couple. We're almost caught up to the super chats. Let's do a couple of the regular chats just to make sure we don't leave anyone out. M cubed, Sutton or Lazard?
Yeah, definitely give me Sutton. Definitely give me Sutton.
All right, this one, Ty Levitt, Jalen Hurts or Daniel Jones?
Hurts. Really? Hurts all day.
Really? Come on. Jalen Hurts. All right, this one's tougher. Access MIA, Eckler or Mooney? B-Rob is out.
I might just go Mooney. And I don't even know if it matters format because Eckler is a guy. But yes, I think Eckler will get carries, of course, in this matchup. He'll get carries. but it is a Ravens, so I'm looking at Eckler more as like a pass catching potential touchdown guy. But that's Mooney already, so just give me Mooney.
Agree. Go Mooney. Good matchup for him. Andrew Isabel, Pickens or Bucky?
I'm just going to go with Bucky. Just give me the workhorse running back. I know he's going to get points. I know he's going to get touches. I don't even know what Pickens is going to do from week to week. Just give me Bucky.
Exactly. Bucky in a good spot. Let's go Bucky. All right, now super chat here from Dallas Ogburn, Bucky or Travis Etienne.
I'm just going to go Bucky again. Like, I just don't risk it with Etienne. Just go Bucky.
Why not? Why not? Go Bucky. And then Ferg or Laporta?
This is where the Laporta questions get tough.
Yeah.
Honestly, I might just go Ferguson. He's been so solid every week. I might just go Ferguson over Laporta.
Yes, and we know Brandon Cooks is out. Ferguson's gonna still benefit from some of those vacated targets. Jalen Tolbert, solid option, but Ferguson is pretty much the number 2 guy there behind CeeDee Lamb, I think, and then Jalen Tolbert. Monty or Josh Jacobs?
I think. Well, let me check. My gut was Monty because they're playing the Cowboys. I mean, Jacobs gets the Cardinals. That's also a great matchup. Man, this is tough.
This one is close. They're increasingly tougher. The first one's definitely Bucky. The second one is tough, but probably Ferg. This one is almost a toss-up.
It is. I think I'm still going to go Jacobs, and doesn't have anything to do with my Monty takes. It's just Jacobs gets almost all the run, and Jacobs catches more passes. And he's not competing with Jahmyr Gibbs. So I'm going to give Jacobs a slight edge here.
Yeah, what I always say with running backs is I'll go when it's tough like this, situation, matchups, and things being mostly considered equal as far as talent, whatever. I lean towards the guy who I feel is getting more touches. Jacobs definitely should have the edge in terms of opportunities. Not a big edge, but an edge. All right. Fantasy football is pain. Traded Evans, Connor, and Kirk for Sun God, Achane, and Goddard.
I think he did well. You're obviously going to have to wait a couple of weeks for Achane to bounce back, but I mean, you got Sun God. That's great. You got a serviceable tight end in Goddard. I think you did well here.
Yeah, let's say those receivers, you got probably the edge with the Sun God, although Evans is still a stud. Achane should long-term be better than Connor. I would hope so, but yeah, you kind of did the slight upgrade in terms of your RB1, wide receiver 1, giving up Kirk and getting Goddard, whatever. I think it should be good. It's a fair trade either way. All right. What about this? I just noticed this. Yiwan. Did you go Chuba for Achane?
Yeah, I think I gamble on Achane here, but man.
Oh yeah.
It'd be tough. I'd be like worried about it, but I think I gamble on Achane here.
I would do this because again, you look at the last couple of weeks. Like, look how great Chuba's been. Look how bad Achane has been. You got to look long term. You're thinking after Tua comes back, Achane should go back to being an every week must start, and Brooks could start to get involved for Carolina. So I think this is a good long term risk. There's risk. I can't say there's no risk, but I think it's worth taking. All right.
Well, you got a different. We hit another one.
Oh well, I like that one enough. I would do it. Or AJ for Metcalf and Achane? You like that one?
Yeah, I would do that one. I would do either of these, honestly. I know Metcalf's coming off that bad game, but again, we could be sitting here right now going like, is DK Metcalf going to be a league winner this year? Because he had that touchdown where his toe was barely out of bounds, and then he had that 55-yard touchdown called back on. Yeah, don't even get me started. But like, if he had, like, let's say Metcalf has scored 30 points this week, like he should have, that would be like like Metcalf would be crushing it right now. So I still believe in Metcalf.
Yeah, actually, both of those are good deals. I agree. Jay's back. We just answered this pretty much. Etienne or Bucky? Going Bucky?
Gonna go Bucky. It's gonna go Bucky.
And Marcus Murphy, Najee or Bucky?
Bucky. Definitely Bucky.
Definitely Bucky. All right, Anthony G, Pacheco, CMC on IR, Holden Brooks. No B-Rob. Okay. So you got Ford and Bigsby or one of those guys.
I mean, maybe I could do Rashawn over Ford. I mean, Bigsby's fine. You're rolling Bigsby, but I don't know. Who do the Browns get the Eagles this week? Yeah, I'd probably still go Ford. He's still getting the touches. Chubb's still not playing. I guess go Ford.
Yeah, none of those other options that are free agents really inspire me more. Like, I'm not inspired by Ford, but none of those are better. All right, Tony Thomas, what's up? Got Goddard or Kincaid at tight end.
Well, now that A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts are back, that definitely hurts Goddard to a degree. So I'm still going to go Kincaid here, but I mean, how much longer can we say yes to Kincaid?
That's a good question. Not sure what Shakir's status is, right? Questionable, I think. So
does it even matter? Like, is that what's
is that what's holding him back? No.
Right.
I this week though, like you said, Smith and Brown are back. Just go Kincaid. And then Sermon, Singletary, Mooney, Slayton, Rashawn.
It's full PPR. I think I don't know. Sermon is your floor play. Mooney's your more upside play, but it's not like Mooney doesn't have a floor. It's not like Mooney's like boom bust. I might just go Mooney over Sermon.
Agree. I think Mooney's still solid enough PPR. You can start him. Terry R. Best stash here: Vidal, Rashawn Johnson, Chandler, or Tucker or Polk?
Oh man, bless you. That's tough. Good question, Terry. I probably stash Vidal right now because Gus Edwards is on IR. See how he's used. And if he's not used very well, like if he's not the backup, like if it's somebody else, I don't even know who else it would be, but if it's somebody else, then I'm just grab Ty Chandler next week.
Yeah, I'm always going to grab the one I think has the highest upside. And I think in that offense, it's Vidal. So stash him and see what he could do. Live wire with B-Rob out. Bucky, Mooney, or Eckler, we need two of them.
I'm going to go Bucky and Mooney. Here I'll sit Eckler. Tough matchup. Eckler fine, but I don't think I like the other two guys more. Bucky and Mooney.
Agree with that. Spencer Goldberg. Sit either Thomas, Mooney, or Dell. One of them.
I'm just going to sit Dell. I'm just not going to risk is he going to get more involved or not? I mean, I know it's a tough matchup for Brian Thomas, but he's been so good, and Mooney's been good. I'm just going to sit Dell.
Yeah, don't want to sit Thomas with this group. I can say yes to Thomas. Yeah, I mean, it's true. They're like, okay, well, Dell could have a big, and maybe Mooney's already had a couple of big games. So why take the risk on the guy who hasn't and we think might do it when you get with a guy who has done it? So yeah, just sit Dell. Crazy 77. Is it crazy in a super flex league to sit Herbert for Braylon Allen?
Yeah, that's a little too crazy for me. I know Herbert hasn't been great, but yeah, I think it's a little too risky for me.
I mean, he did have like one or two games where he scored and it was good, but Braylon Allen's not like lighting it up, you know? Yeah. All right, here's a tough one. Derek Munoz, Dell or Pickens?
That is tough. Let's see. Texans. Pickens gets the Raiders. Dell gets the Patriots. I don't know. I think I'm just going to go Pickens. I think I'm just going to go Pickens here, but that is tough. That is definitely tough.
Yeah, both guys should have been doing better so far this season. Both guys could have a big game go off or disappoint. I'm going to go Pickens. Let's see what happens. All right, AG. Amon-Ra Harrison, receiver, flexing Higgins, Swift, Evans.
I'm just going to go Higgins here. I like Higgins enough. I'm assuming it's PPR. So I'll go Higgins. If it's non-PPR, I'll flex Swift. But if it's any kind of PPR, I'll just flex Higgins, and I'm going to bench Evans against Lattimore.
Yeah, with these choices, you can bench Evans. Go Higgins, assuming it's PPR or half. All right, here's a not fun one. Brent Smith with Mahomes on bye. It's either Aiden O'Connell or Andy Dalton.
Yeah, give me Dalton, not Aiden O'Connell. Give me Dalton.
No, it's not like O'Connell doesn't even have a good matchup or anything like that. It's no. Go Dalton. Not that he's been great lately, but at least see what he can get you. All right, and then Henry Odom made some trades. All right, so now we got Murray, Jones, HN, Bijan, Lamb, AJ, Neighbors, Higgins, Kraft, Juju, Spears, Hawkinson, Corum, and Wright. Thoughts on this team? 12 team PPR.
It's a good team. When you get Neighbors back, it's going to be a very good team. I mean, and when HN gets Tua back, Murray with HN and Bijan, Lamb, Neighbors, AJ Brown, Higgins, Kraft, Spears. Yeah, it's a good team. This is a 12-teamer. I'll say this is probably like an 8-5, maybe even an 8-7-5. It's a good team. Good team. Well done.
Yeah, look at those first 4 receivers. Pretty stacked. You're not deep at running back. Okay, but still, you have high-end talent. I mean, this is really if HN does finally start to go off after their full strength, and if Bijan is just what Bijan should be doing.
Right.
So I'm a little sketchy here with the running back depth, like I said. So I can't put it super high, but you do have a lot of good talent. So like an 8.25. All right, Seth Swirsky is back. What's up, Seth? Thank you very much. Seth has 2 flex spots open. Tucker Kraft, Lad McConkey, Keenan, and Alec Pierce, and then asking about Garendo.
Yeah, I think you should definitely hold Garendo because if Jordan Mason is out, I mean, it was mostly Patrick Taylor on Thursday night, but we saw enough of Garendo. I think you should definitely hold him. So we need 2 flexes out of this group.
Yep.
I think Keenan is definitely one for me. I'll try to take advantage of that matchup there.
Mm-hmm.
I might go McConkey. Even though it's the Broncos, I don't think Surtain is going to be on McConkey much. He primarily plays out of the slot. So I'm going to go Keenan McConkey here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Keenan, clearly the great matchup against the Jags. And while I do prefer Odunze to Keenan, I think Keenan is definitely startable among this group. Yeah, I think, look, Lad before the bye was showing that he was pretty much becoming the number 1 receiver, which is what we expected anyways. But this week, like you said, you should be scared about the Broncos and Surtain against Quentin Johnson, against Josh Palmer. I don't even know who's going to cover, but McConkey is going to be mostly in the slot. So it's not going to be a big McConkey game, but I'm not going to put a tight end flex over him, and Alec Pierce is just, he gets a 50-yard catch or he doesn't. Who knows? He doesn't have Joe Flacco anymore, so forget it. Although in week 1 he didn't have Joe Flacco. But anyways, yeah, Keenan McConkey. All right, Seth, good luck. Ismail again with slim RBs, Chase Brown, Jordan Mason, and Connor. Should I drop Shaheed or Wandale or a guy like Ty Chandler? Or Fields? Or feel like Justin Fields? Yes, drop Justin.
Yeah, if you don't need if you're not starting Justin Fields this week, drop him to get Ty Chandler, yes.
Right. But I mean, look, for Ty Chandler, who's not even playing this week, I wouldn't drop Shaheed or Wandale, would you?
No.
Got Godwin, London. All right, so you're good at receiver. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's doable. All right, CJ De La Cruz. I could package Olave or Robinson and Dobbins to get running backs. Okay, who could he get? I think at running back is what he's asking.
I mean, Olave's value is definitely taking a hit. Robinson's hurt.
I feel like this is a bad time to sell all of these players.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have Mixon, you have Jones. You don't really have Chubb, but maybe at some point you will. I mean, I don't even. Maybe you could get Achane still. Maybe Jacobs.
Yeah. Again, I hate the timing of this. You're Olave with his quarterback hurt. Robinson, if you're talking about Brian Robinson and Dobbins. It's not a good time to sell any of those players, right? These are not.
No.
You might want to just sit it out, wait a week. You're going to get Mixon back. Okay. This week, yeah, you don't have Chubb, you don't have Jones, don't have Robinson, but Dobbins is startable this week.
You got Dobbins.
You're okay.
Yeah, you got Dobbins.
Yeah. I think you might want to. Oh, okay. He's saying it's Wandale Robinson. I don't know what you're getting for Wandale Robinson. Like maybe Wandale and Dobbins together. Wandale and Dobbins maybe gets you well, you know what? It's not going to help you this week. You'd have to stream somebody, but it could get you a Brian Robinson while he's hurt. If somebody wants to be able to start Wandale, wants to be able to start Dobbins. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or Achane on buy. Maybe you just take this opportunity to buy low on players, RBs who are out. And then you're doing a 2-for-1, and then you use that empty roster spot to pick up and stream somebody. So I think that's what you would try to do. You do the Robinson, Dobbins, Wandale and Dobbins, and shoot for an RB that you can buy low on because he's not playing this week. All right, John Lewis, sit to T. Higgins, Devontae Smith, Godwin, and Amon-Ra. Are you kidding me? We got to sit 2 of these?
I guess T. Higgins and Devonta Smith sits, or does Godwin sit?
I can't sit Godwin this week. I think Godwin feasts, and I don't. You can never sit Amon-Ra, can you?
No. Amon-Ra definitely is in my lineup. I guess T and Devonta Smith sit. I don't know what world we're in here, John. This must be like an 8-teamer.
Yeah. I guess it's the first 2. There you go. What about Scuba Steve again? Would you trade Shaheed for Etienne?
I don't think so. I mean, it's not like Carr's out for the season. Shaheed's been mostly good. I don't like Tank's not going away. I think I just keep Shaheed.
Yeah, I'll say it's not like this is fundamentally unfair or anything like that,
Right.
but there's certain players I'm just not trading for right now. Like, should people ask like something's for Jerome Ford? I'm not trading for Jerome Ford. I want to trade away Jerome Ford if I have him. Mason, Etienne, those guys are trending down, right? This goes back to your point earlier about comparing it to like the stock market. It's like you don't sell low and you don't buy high. You want to do the opposite. So. Kraft or Ingram?
Kraft. Let's just go with Kraft and not risk the Ingram coming off injury. Kraft's been good.
There you go. Kraft is totally fine. Basic money. Start 2. Downs, Ridley, Cooper, Shaheed, or Slayton.
I'm going to go Downs and Cooper. I'll gamble on the upside of Cooper here. They're all risky. Downs and Cooper for me.
They are all risky, that is for sure. Shaheed is probably the riskiest. Ridley is, I guess, risky because he has Will Levis. Downs is no, I can't say the safest. I like Downs the best. Let's go Downs and Cooper. Yeah. Slayton is interesting, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's like he used up all his juice in that last week. Can you really have 2 good games back to back? Is it possible?
We're going to find out. We're going to find out.
All right. And then Jody Bedard, membership here. Got these running backs. Would you drop Bigsby for Chase Brown? What do you mean versus Irving or Dowdle?
I mean, I think Irving is the one you have to put number 1 right now. But I don't really want to drop any of these guys. You're not gonna start Irving. I mean, you already played Mason, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think like you're saying, look, you can't play Etienne or Robinson, but if you have Hubbard, you're not going to start any of those guys over Hubbard. You're fine, right? You got Mason and Hubbard this week. You're done. So I don't think you need to do anything here.
Yeah, and we don't know. Like Irving is a nice option this week, but we don't really know like how long.
True.
Like Rachaad White might be back next week, and then it's like, okay, he goes back to what he was. So
yeah. All right. So no, you don't have to do anything. All right, we're pretty much at the 3-hour mark, and we are caught up on all the super chats for sure. We did answer everything that was a super chat or a membership question. We'll do a couple more of our regular ones here, get answers to some of you who are joining in late. Let me remind you before we get out of here, though, you still have time till tomorrow for the free pick. That means Joe Burrow just getting a yard. If you join Underdog, because you haven't already, you get this free pick. Just take the higher on 0.5 total yards. You get this pick if you join Underdog for the very first time because you used code ENDGAME when you signed up. And you also get a deposit match of 50% all the way up to $1,000 worth of bonus cash. So it's definitely worth it. And both new and existing customers in Underdog, you're getting profit boost every single day, plus all other sorts of goodies and fun picks because it's Boosttober. So you're going to get something free every day, something good. So check it out. All right. And then we do have another super chat from Rudy Orihuela. RBs are out. Gibson, Spears, Tracy, or Rashawn?
I think it's got to be Gibson. I mean, I would prefer Tracy if Singletary's out, but we're not going to know. They play Sunday night. Ramondre's out. Just grab Gibson and go with Gibson.
Yeah, you could be totally solid with Gibson. Sure, not the greatest offense, but Ramondre completely out. Remember, he's getting pretty much all the touches. How much action is Jermichael Hasty or Kevin Harris going to get?
Yeah, not a lot.
So you're fine there. All right, Juice has entered the chat. What's up, Juice420? Tolbert over Chase Brown?
I probably would. If it's PPR, give me Tolbert. Yeah, give me Tolbert.
Yeah, exactly. Tolbert should be fine. All right, what about Raltu? Amari or Tank?
They're both gambles. Give me Amari. I know Amari will be out there and get targets.
Yes, exactly. Brandon Ahmed. What's up, Brandon? Would you bench Evans for ladder downs?
Not for those guys. Like they could. Okay, he doesn't get kicked out of every game against Lattimore. Like, look, he could certainly. He didn't get kicked out of either game last year. He could certainly not have his best game. But I mean, we're talking about Ladd. I mean, I do like Downs, but it's not like Downs is risk free. I'm still going Evans here.
Yeah, not for Ladd. Downs, I'm like, okay, if Pittman is for sure out, and now he's not for sure out, and Downs himself, isn't he still questionable, technically?
Yeah, with the toe, but I'm pretty sure he's going to play.
I think Downs is going to play, and I don't know if Pittman's going to play, but it's like, it's still risky. So probably just go with Evans. What's up, Carl? Carl Williams. Last second joining in here. That's always a good plan. Smash this week. Kyler Brown, Harrison, London, Connor Dowdle, Goddard, DJ Higgins. Thoughts with Watson and Rashawn on the bench? You can't start them.
Yeah, I think your lineup's good. Lineup looks strong, honestly. You should have a good week. Let's smash. Let's smash, Carl. Let's do it.
Yeah. You're good. All right. What about Ricardo Andrade? He's a regular here. 10-teamer. Pick one running back, Etienne or Javonte.
I think I still got to go Etienne. I do like Javonte, but it's a tough matchup. I think I still got to go Etienne.
Yeah, they weren't facing that Chargers run defense. Then I might go Javonte, but I would go Etienne too. And then flex, Olave, Kirk, or I guess Javonte.
It's PPR. It's not a great spot for Kirk this week. I might just gamble on Olave here and Spencer Rattler and hope Spencer stays true to his word and relentlessly targets Olave.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Olave, of course, this week, but Kirk, not in a great spot. I think it's between those two. It's definitely not going to be Etienne Javonte. So Olave, Kirk, might just go with Olave as well, actually. All right, it is not only Boosttober, but it's October. We're both big horror fans. Let's do Zombie Blazer.
Nice.
2 running backs. Harris, Eckler, Chase Brown, Rico Dowdle.
Man. Did I pick the 2 guys in the worst matchups?
Well, I'll say this for my part. Yeah, I don't know if you agree, but I'm pretty easily going to just say I have no interest in Najee Harris because he's had great matchups 2 weeks in a row and he has not taken advantage. So I'm going to say forget Najee with Warren now back. Okay, forget it. Eckler doesn't have a great matchup. No, he does not. But he's got touchdown upside. It's still he's getting most of the run.
Yeah, no, the two I was leaning to was Eckler and Dowdle, but Dowdle has such a bad matchup. But I also know Dowdle's going to get all the touches or all the touches that matter in that backfield. I might just go Eckler and Dowdle.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because again, when it's pretty comparable, all things being equal, say go who you think's getting more touches. Eckler and Dowdle. All right, there you go, Zombie Blazer. And
okay, hold on, some big news before we get off the air. Devin Singletary is out, so I think I might okay, so let's real quick so people know because we obviously can't go back and answer all those questions, but between the kind of the streaming options this week, the Ecklers, the Gibsons, the Sermons, the Tracys, the Buckies, I think the only one I would put ahead of Tracy is Bucky. Bucky and then Tracy, I think, would be number 2. I think he'd even be ahead of Sermon, Eckler, all those guys for me.
That is big because that means we know he's getting the backfield pretty much to himself. Eric Gray, I mean, come on. Eric Gray had a shot. What did he do? He fumbled at the goal line.
You know, okay, I will say this real quick. In defense of Eric Gray, that almost looked like it was probably a touchdown. And then really just to get punished for that? Come on, Brian Dable. But at the same time, he did. So
I don't know if he got punished. I think just Tyron Tracy was just better. I mean, Eric Gray on the 4 carries he did get.
Eric Gray got all the touches on that first series, and then he fumbled, and then Tracy started getting the ball and looked great. So I think he did get punished.
Well, that's the thing, though. Then, like, he's like, why would we go back to Eric Gray when Tyron Tracy's ripping off chunks of yardage and Eric Gray on his 4 carries got 4 yards and a fumble? It's like, what? How could you justify it? But anyways, all right, that does change things. But look, tomorrow you still got questions. We found out just now Brian Robinson out, Devin Singletary out. Certain players are going to be in or out tomorrow. So we're going to stream again tomorrow morning. So check that out. We got another super chat from CJ De La Cruz. Who should he pick up at tight end?
I don't know who's available, obviously, but Ertz is widely available and one of my favorite tight ends this week.
Ertz is a good one. Agree. I mean, he's available. Let me see. Last time I checked, and I don't think it's changed that much. He was available in like 3/4 of fantasy leagues. So Ertz is definitely a strong option there. And look, some people in your leagues have dropped Evan Ingram, and he might play again. People have dropped, like David Njoku. So you can always look for that. What about this now? This is a question we'll get a lot of tomorrow. Bobby, the FP, would you go Tracy over Gibson?
So again, like the backup running backs who are now starters this week: Bucky Irving, Austin Eckler, Gibson, Sermon, Tracy. I think Bucky's still 1 for me, but Tracy's now number 2.
There you go. Chris Wynn wants to know, there's Tracy, Godwin, Wilson, Keenan, Mooney, Bigsby, Tracy, 2 receivers in the flex.
And I'm still going Godwin and Garrett Wilson here.
Yes.
And I think I am going to flex Tracy. It's such a good matchup. It's such a good matchup for him. I think I might flex Tracy. Although Mooney is interesting. Mooney is certainly interesting.
Yeah, Mooney looking very solid against Carolina, but we don't know. And I don't know, Chris, if you want to say if this is PPR or half PPR, but you could
maybe in full PPR, I would give Mooney the slight edge.
Yeah, you could certainly flex. But yeah, Tracy jumps over Bigsby for this week. So yeah, it is PPR. Okay. I'll probably go Godwin, Wilson, Mooney. And I think, like you said, Mooney, Tracy is probably tough. Okay. And then Noah Daniels, thank you for the last second super chat. Whoops. Pick 3, CD. I think that's 1. Marvo, Zay, BTJ, or Deontay?
Ooh. I was going to say the first 3, but then he threw in Deontay. I think you got to go CD, and I think you got to go Zay Flowers this week. I might go Deontay over Marvin Harrison. That one is very close for me. Let me look again here. Harrison does get the Packers. We're still not sure about Jair Alexander. I mean, Deontay gets the Falcons. He'll get some AJ Terrell, but like we just saw Mike Evans torch the Falcons. I think I go Deontay over Marvin Harrison, but that one's close. But CD and Zay for sure.
CD and Zay for sure. Yeah, it's like, are we getting Maserati Marv or Mitsubishi Marv? That was a good one. That was pretty good. Yeah, I'll go Deontay, I think, this week. And let's see. Any other last second ones? I think that's it. Okay, we do have to bounce, so we're going to get out of here, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, guys. We'll be back for the live stream. You got questions because, of course, things are constantly changing. You want to know about your last second start-sit decisions, maybe your streamers, your waiver wire pickups, somebody else gets knocked out. Who knows? Last second. Find out tomorrow. And, of course, we add an app, too. You can always ask later tonight. We've got Draft Lane. Check it out if you haven't already. Free download. App Store, Play Store. Just search Draft Lane. Download it. Ask your questions, and we can dig into it and get you a more thoughtful response over the app. All right. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow.